7 o'clock now.
Oh, I got 6:57.
You
My
sure?
phone says 7. My computer
Oh.
says 6:57. Just weird. Like, why didn't everything say the same thing?
I know, right?
Okay. Give me some mic checks.
Testing. 1, 2,
Mic check,
3.
1, 2. Get your
Mic check.
your headphones. You got
1,
yours
2, 1, 2. I don't hear anything in my headphones.
on? Okay.
I don't
Try
hear
it again.
nothing either.
Try it again.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
You hear it?
Testing.
No. Oh, turn that speaker on. Okay.
Wow,
Let's try it again. Right.
that hurt.
Go.
You turning the TV off?
No. You turned it off?
Yeah, I'm trying to get this track.
It's too high. Why is it too high?
Need this one on? You need
Huh?
this one on?
Yeah, turn it on. Give me a test again.
What was that?
I don't know.
That was my phone.
Oh.
Why is it that?
There's like 2 other radio shows come on the same time y'all do. At the same time.
On Facebook?
Yeah, broadcasting live from Facebook, yeah.
Give me a testing one more time.
Well, we late.
I know. Why's it got that? I hate that crap. Give me a test again.
Testing.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Testing.
Test. Look at that. Ruco.
Testing.
Roku, whatever they call it.
Test 1. Test 2. Test 3.
You don't hear that in your headset?
I don't hear nothing. No.
That means something is amiss. Should've done this a long time ago. What is up? Oh, we're still waiting for the computer to come up.
It's still waiting for the computer to come up?
Yeah, that's what it's doing. Everything else is muted.
Alrighty then. We gotta get that second set.
Huh?
So we gotta get that second travel set
Yeah.
so you don't have to be taking it off and on.
Alright, so we're just waiting for the computer to come up.
It shut itself down?
I can hear you. How come y'all can hear yourself?
I can hear myself. I
Testing.
can hear
Now I can hear myself.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
said I can hear
Testing.
myself.
Testing.
But it's still hollow. Said, give me a test again.
Testing 1. Testing 2.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Testing. Testing 1.
Alright.
Testing.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Wait, we can't hear the speakers, can you?
Testing,
Testing
No.
1 2 1 2.
Testing.
Okay, there we go.
Testing.
There we go. Testing 1 2 1 2. Alright, testing 1 2 1 2.
Test 3.
Okay, you got it. Can
Test 4.
Testing.
Okay. So we're just waiting
Do you
for.
have the volume off on your computer?
Well, gotta let the computer come up first.
Yeah.
The volume's off on here, but this is not controlling this. So we're just waiting for the volume to come up on here. We just like waiting for the damn computer to come up.
When you start, make sure you turn this way. When you start, make sure you turn this way.
That way.
You might
Okay.
want to turn the speaker
Turn the speaker
that way.
that way.
This
Yeah.
this way.
This way?
Yeah.
Oh, if I did that. Okay, that's better. Yeah, okay. All right. Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay,
Testing.
Still waiting for
I
this.
can't hear it through my headset now.
So-
that went away again.
Did it?
Yeah.
So what does this computer do?
Testing.
Well, this computer right here runs the radio station. So can you hear it now?
Mm-mm.
So you
I
can't
can't
put
hear
that
nothing through
software
my
on that one
headset.
too?
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
You can bring me down now.
Oh Lord, that's too loud.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Testing.
And mine has an echo.
Alright.
Now I can't hear it.
What about now?
I can hear it, but it has an echo.
Yeah, mine does too.
But it's too loud.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, testing 1 2 1 2.
Turn it
Testing 1 2 1 2. All right, there we go.
down.
Testing. Well, you can turn your headsets down.
I can't reach
Shelly.
it.
You can turn your headsets down.
I can't reach it.
Testing.
Well, here, I'm bringing it closer so you can, because I can't hear your headset. So turn it down to where you can, where it's good for you. It's right here, so you can turn up and down to where it's good for you.
What number is she?
She's 2.
Okay.
Because I can't hear what's in your head. So
That's why I'm telling you to turn it down.
I'm saying turn it down. It's right there. If you can reach over and turn it down, you know what's good for you now. I'm trying to get this right here situated. Okay, that's not working. And my computer keeps. Sorry. Is that better
Mm-hmm.
for everybody?
Testing.
Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're going to go ahead and go Facebook Live, and as soon as this gets up, so we're 7 minutes out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're not gonna try to turn this stuff down, Bill?
Fine.
It's right there.
Should go ahead and go Facebook Live, and then whenever your computer goes up, just take a break and then bring
well,
it in.
But I'm gonna have to do things for my computer to come up. So if I do Facebook Live, I won't be necessarily paying attention. Okay, now we can do this. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go Facebook Live, and then we'll get the radio station in as we continue moving forward. All right, you all ready? But we're not gonna have the music because the music is based off of here.
Okay.
All right, which defeats the whole purpose. So what do y'all think?
You don't have the music on that machine over there?
No, because this is not hooked up to the speakers, and I don't want to take this out, put it over here, and do that. So, I mean, if you can tell our Facebook listeners, hey, we will be right up.
You're listening to us. You know that, right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Are we live now?
You were alive for the last 8 minutes.
I did not realize that. Okay, so our Facebook listeners, we are trying to get some things. Oh yeah, we've been talking.
Technical difficulties. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical. You know, it happens. Technical difficulties happen. You know, that's part of life. That is a part of life. Robert, what's going on? AD, what's going on? Jesse, what's happening? We are coming up soon, but I'm having my computer act like it wants to go crazy. So I guess we could just go ahead and start, huh? And I'm normally listening, waiting for the music. The music tells me everything, but I guess it's not today. So here we are, 41 Sports Talk Radio, foreignradionetwork.com. I am the Benchwarmer, and sitting next to me is security. What's going on, lady?
It's going.
Ooh, that's it. That is it. Okay. Lewis, Professor, what's happening?
Rise and shine.
Rise and shine. This time.
Everything is everything.
Everything is everything. We're missing Doctor.
Oh, we on now.
Yeah, we are. Well, we are on now.
Oh, okay.
So we're missing Doctor. She will be calling. She'll be a call-in.
Okay.
No. We have a new health person that's going to call in
Temporary.
to do the temporary health person that's going to call in to do the health segment, which is going to talk about stem cells. Okay, so how was your weekend, Lewis?
Weekend was very well. Everything is great. Family's doing fine. Kids think they the divas now. They still bad.
Are they still baby kids?
Oh yes, they're worse.
Well, aren't you? That means you baby.
No, I ain't baby.
No, Bebe is the woman.
Okay, well, Canetta is baby.
You gonna call Cadetta Bebe?
You gotta speak into
That's
the mic.
terrible.
No, they're doing good though. God is good.
Okay, all right. Well, how was your weekend? I'm talking
Sure,
about security.
Oh, it was okay.
That's it? Just okay?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, mine was pretty good too. I went to the game, the Texas Elite game.
I was looking at the scoring updates and it just stopped. I didn't know what happened. Did they kill him?
It got ugly.
In terms of what?
It got ugly early.
Got ugly early.
It got ugly early.
Fighting?
No. The score.
Oh, the score. Okay.
The
The last
It was a
update I saw
shootout.
was 17-0.
As a matter of fact, in the second half, they started just running the clock. It got that bad. That early. We'll talk about that a little later.
Okay.
We'll talk about that a little later. Let's see. We have. I get some sports news. The Saints. Mark Jackson is suspended 4 games for PEDs.
I swear I don't get it.
I don't either.
Why do you choose to put something in your body, or why would this happen when OTAs have started?
Right.
If you're gonna do something, do it after the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Right after the Super Bowl, get it out your system and you keep it moving.
Oh my God.
So
That's gonna be huge. So that means Alvin Kamara's gonna really see some work.
I mean, but he wasn't bad at all either.
No.
He was
And
not
see,
bad at all.
this could do some damage to Mark Ingram, because if Kamara starts hot after 4 games,
Mark Ingram ain't coming back.
yeah,
I mean, if he does come back, he's not going to be the
As
star running
featured,
back.
yeah.
He's not going to be the featured running back.
so
Becky Hammond becomes the first woman to be interviewed for a head coaching job.
yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, she's going to be interviewed with Milwaukee.
Yes, again, woman power.
They coming for us.
I like that.
Our jobs are being taken.
I ain't gonna say our jobs are being taken. They just handling business. We got a Dallas police chief, a woman,
A woman, yeah.
and she's doing a heck of a job.
Yeah.
We got a
DA.
Dallas DA, a woman, who's doing an
Can't
awesome
say
job.
She's doing a job.
You said it before. If the men don't step up,
The women will,
All
and that's what's happening right now.
And then Johnny Manziel goes to the hospital after reaction to a medication.
What is he taking?
Beer.
Nah, I hope he recovers from that. Whatever he's taking or
Whatever it
caused him to
Yeah.
react in a way he shouldn't with the medication. Hope he gets well from that.
I mean, I think he's gotten a couple of teams looking at him.
Which teams?
I don't know, but it was reports that he had a couple of teams that are looking at him to come back in.
Okay.
You know, it ain't Cleveland.
No,
I can tell you that right now.
no. Cleveland is good at quarterback now.
Yeah. So birthdays.
Okay, let's get them rolling.
Kimber Walker.
Kimber Walker,
Yes.
25.
All right, just stay in that vicinity. I know you don't know who that is, but stay in that vicinity.
how you know I don't know who that is?
Okay, who is that?
I don't know.
Okay. Stay in the vicinity.
27.
All right, Kimber Walker is 28. You're close.
She's 28?
Yep.
Oh.
Enrique Iglesias.
Oh,
Julio
just
Iglesias.
saw that this morning.
Julio Iglesias' son.
Dang, I forgot what they said this morning. I think I said 46 or 47.
Okay.
51.
All right, he's 43.
Oh, one way off. Okay.
Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder, 38.
I've heard that name. What is it? Who is he?
Baseball player.
Oh yeah, no.
Played for the Rangers and the Detroit Tigers. I'm gonna say he's 30. No, he's younger than that. 38. I'm stick with that.
You sure that's what you're
31.
going with? Okay, well, that's good guess. In the right guess, but it's a good guess.
That's a good guess.
He's 33.
Okay.
And then died on this day, still dead.
Who?
Don Rickles.
Oh, okay.
He died last year.
Yeah, I guess his age. He's deceased now.
Yeah. Okay, so
That was all the birthdays?
that's all. I mean, that's all I can find. May
More.
May 8th is not a good day for consumption, or 9 months before May 8th. Conception too. That too.
Not consumption.
Yeah, conception. Yeah. So May 8th is not a good day for conception. You know,
Your
during that
boy.
time
Can
period.
you please quit butchering over
I
there?
butcher everything
You
I
like
can.
one of
butcher.
them prison.
I am the butcher king.
What was it? Remember In Living Color? And Damon Wayans played that prison guy that had, and he would talk all the big words, but they were never
They didn't
used
want to wear-
correctly.
Oh yeah. I remember that. Okay, so this has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on 411RadioNetwork.com. We're going to, it's not consumption, it's conception. We're going to consumpt or concept when we come back. When we come back, we're getting into the NBA playoffs.
Yes, we got a lot to talk about with
Yes,
that.
a lot to talk about. This has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on 411RadioNetwork.com. We will be right back.
Let's roll.
Okay, I think we're gonna be right back. I'm trying to get this thing. You know, it's always got something going on. It ain't nothing never nice and new when you got technical difficulties. And we sitting here with all full out technical difficulties. Okay, let's do this right here. Next, still say rain.
I want to remember what he said. He used to say some stuff. In Living Color was the show.
Yeah, you say stuff like, you know,
What was his name?
I don't know. I don't remember his name. Oh, I gotta,
Oswald Bates.
uh,
That was the guy. He was Muslim, and he did Booked on Phonics. He got one on here. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch these videos later. They on YouTube.
okay, I'm still trying to get this thing to where we take a break.
Up for parole.
Oh, you
Keep your
looking at it
butt
right
in
now?
school.
All right, so
Snack and Shack.
okay.
Oh my goodness. That was the best. In Living Color. What happened?
Oh,
This,
nothing.
no, this is not working.
What's wrong? Uh-oh. We still having technical
You don't have any
difficulties
music to
over there?
play in the background, huh?
Huh?
Said no music to play in the background.
Yeah, I'm gonna get music to play in the background. We're still on air though. We're still on air recording.
Remember on Lethal Weapon when what's his name was trying to be the siren on the car?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
The show or the movie?
Hello, Facebook family.
The show or the movie?
Huh?
The show or the movie?
The movie with Danny Glover.
Mm.
Yeah. And
He was in the car. He said, "We need a siren." Oh.
Yeah, I need a sign. He started calling me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Am I in?
Need some music.
I know.
Somebody help us.
Mhm.
Technical difficulties. You're listening to 411 Sports Talk Radio on 411 Radio Network.
Yes.
The station that plays 24/7 gospel, 24/7 jazz, and 24/7 R&B hip hop. You can listen to the station 24/7.
Okay, let's do this right.
Download the 411 Media app and tune in from time to time. I listen to the gospel station every day. But we got jazz. All those people that miss smooth jazz, we have it all day long. 24/7 on the jazz station. And on Sundays on the gospel station, the jazz is played from 2 o'clock to midnight, I think. Oh, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock to midnight. So,
Yes.
no, I'm sorry. It's played on the R&B station.
Yeah.
So on Sundays, the R&B station turns to half gospel, half jazz. So,
Okay.
if you have a business, we do advertising.
Yes.
If you are a nonprofit, if you have a nonprofit organization, you can submit your ad to be played on our station complimentary. And you can send that information to info@411radio.net.
Absolutely.
And what else we got?
Okay, let's do this right. Let's go ahead and come on back.
Okay,
Yeah.
my commercial time is over. And AD says he's going to eat his dinner. You need to bring us some. Don't be. You know we on the show with no food.
And you did a great commercial job.
Well, thank you. I tried.
All right,
Hey, Tawana,
so
how's the move going, girl?
we're back.
We're back.
41 Sports, 41 Sports Talk Radio, 41radionetwork.com. Just trying to deal with these technical difficulties, but we are back. So playoffs.
The playoffs.
Yes. Never a surprise in this dull day.
The darn Cavaliers and LeBron. They
Well.
won the series.
Well, speaking of that series,
Oh man.
Toronto was favored to come out the East, period.
Yeah, to
They
actually make
played pretty good ball throughout the season, but there's one thing that some people say that will make you wonder if you're really a contender, and that's how well you do or measure up in the playoffs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And the last 2 years, Toronto has not been a team
They're not
that really got past the first round. But then we can now pretty much say that LeBron James is their kryptonite
Yeah.
because they cannot seem to find a way to take advantage of this team when they're supposed to.
Tell you.
And not only that, they got swept the first time in 49 years. A number one seeded team
Get swept.
gets swept and not reach the finals.
And well, the crazy part about it is if you watch those games, it was like they wasn't even playing defense. They just let LeBron do what he wanted to do on a consistent. That last shot, I mean, he had two buzzer beaters, and this was interesting. They weren't playing defense, and they were still that close.
Mm-hmm.
They were still that close. I mean, to where LeBron has to come up and do a buzzer beater. In both of those games, they were still that close. I'm like, how do you become that close and not play defense?
Man.
I think that's a number one. It's a testament to LeBron and how, I mean, he's good. He is the best player in the game today. You got to give him that. But that's in the game today. Not saying he's the best. I can't say he's the best player overall, but he is the best player in the game today. But it also talks about how Toronto, how this game, how the number one, it talks about how the East is sorry, and number two, it talks about how this game does not play defense. And I cannot understand how the game does not play defense at all. It just doesn't.
Let me correct myself. The Raptors became the first team in 49 years to be swept before reaching not the finals, but the conference
finals. Yeah.
finals.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad.
That's
Terrible.
That's
Terrible.
terrible. It's almost like, everybody lets LeBron do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And now you say he's the best. You put some hands on him. You put some defense on him.
Contest them a little bit more than what
yeah.
you have been doing this series.
Exactly.
And
LeBron will falter.
And one of the things that I couldn't understand, especially in this last game and the game before that, game 3, to where the defensive assignments that's addressed to LeBron James versus the rest of the Cavaliers, to me, was backwards.
Right.
And, that game 3 winning shot that he had, LeBron gets the ball, he runs up the court uncontested.
Mm-hmm.
You have a double team down low on Kevin Love.
Right.
You're not double teaming LeBron James from start to finish like you should have.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I can't understand. How is it that shot you run down the field and how is that he's so wide open to take that open shot? And it's as if the other teams are really making some headway, or the other players are making headway. So you have to contest the players. You can play other players one-on-one. You double team LeBron.
You have to.
You got
Why
to.
would you not?
You know what Dwayne
You
Casey.
know he's the only one doing the points.
Right.
Right.
He's the only one scoring.
He's the only one scoring.
What Casey's doing now to LeBron doesn't work anymore as it did when he did it against LeBron when he was with the Mavericks. It's the same defensive assignment for the last 7 years. He doesn't change up. It's the same assignment. And I said this to someone today. I don't see how you bring him back next season.
Who's that, Kevin Love?
No, Dwayne Casey.
Dwayne Casey?
Of the
No,
Raptors.
you don't. Well,
You can't bring him back if you can't figure out how to beat LeBron in the
Right.
Cavs.
well, they're looking to get rid of him anyway. They're looking to
should
get rid.
have
I mean,
happened
but
last year.
here's the deal. Though. But here's the deal. If Toronto, I mean, is Dwayne Casey another? To me, I think another Andy Reid, because he can't get over that hump. Or is Toronto just that team? Is Toronto just that the whole team has that mindset that they can't get over Cleveland?
I think it's more so a mental psyche that LeBron James has put in that team of defeat than anything else.
I would
To
say
me, the series was over after game 2.
Mm-hmm.
You lose both your games at home to LeBron James and the Cavs, but game 3 and 4 in Cleveland, and you're down 2-0.
You're down to you're not.
It's done.
You're not, and you should have.
It's done.
For me, you should have. Number one, you had a chance to win game 2 because
True.
you go to overtime
Right.
Mhm.
and you lose, and you was actually
I
up
was
in game 2.
like, are you serious? They lost that lead.
Right, you was actually up in game 2, and you decided to lose that game 2, and then anytime you got a home field, you win. You win at home.
You're supposed to.
You win your home field battles, and they just couldn't do it. And I think technically I think that they're really just scared of LeBron and the Cavaliers. Now let's see what happens when you get Philadelphia and Boston. Whoever wins out of Philadelphia and Boston,
I hope it's Philly.
which I'm right there with you. I think Philadelphia has a better chance of beating Cleveland than Boston does.
Yes.
Because Philadelphia got your boy, who is it? Embiid. Help me with the name.
Joel
There
Embiid.
you go.
Don't you start
Please
saying
help me with the
Embiid.
name.
I just said help me with the name.
I'm so glad you
Joel
asked for help.
Embiid.
You know, that's a sign of
I
strength
mean,
when you ask for help.
You know, and I think he can match up better. I think he would give LeBron a little bit more, something to look toward. Because
I can, yeah.
yeah, because frankly, throughout LeBron's career, has he ever had someone who played defense on him?
Yes.
Who?
Lance Stevenson.
Okay.
Who gives him fits.
And what happens? He don't do nothing. He doesn't do nothing. You know, even with
Just like Reggie Miller was to Michael Jordan.
yeah.
You're going to always have that thorn.
Or Joe Dumars.
Thorn in your side.
Yeah.
Joe Dumars was the same way with Michael Jordan too.
Mhm.
You know, you had a couple of people that but I mean, we can go back to those days, the Pistons. You know, we can go back to the early days when defense was a part of what you did. You know, right now, defense is not a part of the NBA.
Cleveland beat Toronto 128-93
That is
in Game 4.
ridiculous.
A victory of 35 points in the playoff.
It was almost like they
Ridiculous.
just gave up.
They gave up.
They gave up. They gave up at the beginning of the game. And you don't come to Toronto. You should not be able to come to somebody else's home court and beat them that bad.
Yeah, so Cleveland plays the winner of the Boston 76ers series, in which Philadelphia was down 3-0 before they finally win Game 4, 103-92.
They were down 3-1.
They're now down 3-1, which I don't think.
You don't think they're gonna come
They
back?
don't have a chance.
You think that's a done deal, huh?
Boston is a lot better than I thought they were, and they're playing without Kyrie Irving and Gordon Hayward.
Yeah,
They got some Terry Rozier, this dude
But
who I've never heard of before. He just come out of nowhere and just ranking on folks.
Do we want Boston to be?
It's really to me. I don't look at that like I used to. To me, whoever the best team is, let their best team make. That's just me.
Yeah,
I know we
but
want.
it's called matchup stuff.
Well, no, well,
Because you can be the best team and not have the best matchup to play a different team.
well, the teams that you want to match up with should play better ball.
They should. You're right. They should. So my question to you is do we concentrate on stopping LeBron or concentrate on stopping everybody else and just hold LeBron down for a second?
I think you focus on concentrating his health.
His health. Okay.
And let him do it on his own until he gets tired, because he has let us know on numerous occasions.
Because he will get tired. He will get
in
tired.
last year's finals against the Warriors, in the fourth quarter, he was no good.
He got tired.
That run and gun style that the Warriors do, it was wearing him down.
Yep.
The first 3 quarters, he was fine, but many games in the finals last year, the fourth quarter, he just flat out ran out of gas.
He just couldn't do it no more.
Right.
He just couldn't do it. And I agree with you. Until you stop everybody else around him until he gets tired.
If you try to stop LeBron without the help, he does have a supporting cast that can carry the torch, one player at a time. But if you stop his help and paralyze him and let LeBron do his 40 45, he's going to get tired.
And then once he gets tired, then his help can't catch up anyway.
Right.
So I mean, I'm right there with you. I believe, and I still think that Cleveland will come out of this. Boston, and we're saying Boston. Heck, who knows? Philadelphia might just come back and just get that thing about them.
I doubt it.
I mean, we could say that.
We can.
But we thought Golden State had the series beat when they played Cleveland 2 years ago.
They was up 2.
There was a 3-0. Yeah, they was a.
And they won 2 straight, and then Golden State won Game 6.
No. I'm saying when Cleveland won the championship. They.
Okay. Yeah.
3 games to nothing, and Cleveland just came back and got them. So you can't say it can't happen. We just to what extent will it happen?
Right.
Is the question we need to ask. I mean, but you know, and maybe that fight between give me his name.
The fight
Between Betty and
who?
And Boston, the fight.
He said Betty.
No, Embedded. What's his name?
Joel Embiid.
Embiid.
Help him, Professor.
Yeah.
Help him.
Joel Embiid.
Yeah, that fight between him and I forget the other guy he was fighting, but that may have sparked something.
Yeah.
Because it only takes one spark to get you where you need to be. Oh, that's not what I want to do. Stop that. Okay, we're good. Okay, yeah, it only takes one fight. I'm
You having issues
I'm
today.
directing on a run.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do though is I want to take a quick break.
Okay.
And then I want to go to the West.
Okay.
I want to talk about the West.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do that.
So we'll take a quick break. This has been 41 Sports Talk Radio on 41radionetwork.com. When we come back, we're going to talk about the West, Houston and Utah, Golden State, and
the Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
The Pelicans.
Who's scared of a pelican? All right, this has been 41 Sports Talk Radio on 41radionetwork.com. We'll be right back.
Got some
I
music
need
this
you-
time?
Daniel.
Is that your computer that's making that noise?
Well, that's
Something's making noise.
yeah,
I
right.
can hear it.
What in the world is that?
I need you to check when we start talking again. I need to check.
I need to check that video. It's too light. Excuse me.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
What video? This one right here? Yeah,
Facebook Live.
yeah. Let's do this right here. I'm gonna put the TV on our radio station.
I'm sorry, man. Get myself out of here. Okay.
Did you turn the lights off?
The lighting wasn't on there.
Yeah, the lighting is weird looking.
Yeah, so I'm gonna check the
It looks cloudy.
Yeah, it does.
And I'm gonna check. I'm gonna put our TV on, and I want you to check. See what's the.
You won't let me get to it. To fix the lighting. turn it back on the camera. It look a little better. But we might need to move the camera up a little bit. Lift it up. Okay. Hopefully that helps. Technical difficulties all around. What's that?
You know, there are people going on live
What?
at 7 o'clock, churches, radio stations. I don't know what it is about Tuesdays. No, it was, I hit something and she heard the audio behind it.
Okay. So you heard the music. We still hear the music over there, right? So check if we still hear the music. I know it's low.
And
Well, that's gonna come up pretty soon.
I don't think I turned it on in there.
No, I just turned it on.
Oh, you did?
You still hear the music? Okay.
Well, I heard his voice.
Oh,
What is this you playing?
I don't know.
This sound like some.
This lemon pepper. Okay, y'all ready?
That ain't lemon pepper.
That is lemon pepper.
Really?
Yeah. Y'all ready?
That sound like some
That's lemon pepper.
other kind of music. Alternative music.
All right, ready? All right. We're back. This is 41 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. I am the Benchwarmer. We got to get into the West. We got to get into the real division, right?
What you call that real?
Yeah, the West is the real division. The East is not the real division.
It's not a division, it's a
The
conference.
conference, okay. The West is the real conference. The East is not.
Okay.
So we got to talk about the real conference.
Okay, so
The better? Okay, yeah, we gotta talk about the real conference because the West is not. The East is the real conference. The West is the real conference.
get it right.
Yeah, okay.
The West is the real
The
conference.
West is the real conference. We
Get it
got
right.
Houston and Utah. Houston leads the series 3-1.
Come on, Houston.
Was there any
Represent.
doubt? Was there any doubt that Houston would lead the series? this much?
No.
I don't think so. It was expected.
Yeah.
The injury to Ricky Rubio for the Jazz kind of stung him a little bit because he was really playing some good playoff basketball
Right.
on the point guard position. He's the same cat that that basically outdid Russell Westbrook
Mm-hmm.
in round one.
Mm-hmm.
But he pulled his hamstring a week ago, and
He was done for after that.
he was questionable for this game, but they ruled him out. We already know how soft tissue injuries are.
What does that say about Russell Westbrook for them to be eliminated? Because you would think that this division that we would be watching Houston and OKC.
Uh-huh.
So what does it say about Russell Westbrook and is he that? Because we know James Harden will get the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
We know that, but what's going on with Russell Westbrook in the OKC?
I don't think there's nothing wrong with him. It's the people around him. Carmelo Anthony is 35 years old now.
Yeah, and they're talking he may not come back.
His jump shot is
Really?
not there. He's just his body's starting to take a toll. The
He's
age
showing
is catching
himself,
up with him.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George, he just didn't show up. I don't think he'll be back next year. I think he's going to the Lakers.
Okay, so let me paint the scenario.
Okay.
Paul George goes to the Lakers. LeBron goes to the Lakers.
Paul George, to me, is more likely to go to the Lakers quicker than LeBron James would. LeBron James, I don't know, has a home in L.A.
You don't
Would
think
I
he's
like
gonna
to
go
see
over there?
him go? Yeah, because I think he would have a better supporting cast than what he has in Cleveland.
But the question is right here. That's the West.
I'm gonna say if he's gonna leave Cleveland again and go
That's
through that
the West.
again.
See, he left Cleveland to stay in the East. That's the West.
One
You
person
bet
might
not.
say you stay in the East, you give yourself a chance to go to the finals.
You do.
This
You go to the
LeBron
West.
James
You
has
got
been
more
to the
competition
finals,
in
and
the
this is
West.
evidence. He's been to the finals 8 straight seasons.
Exactly, because he was in the East.
In the East.
There's nothing in the East.
The thing is, he's 3-5 in those eight trips to the finals.
And he has lost in the finals before. Let's point that out.
Yeah, 5 times.
He has lost, and one time he didn't show up.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Against the Mavericks. As a matter of fact, I saw Eddie, one of his teammates, that talked about the whole LeBron and Jordan thing, and said, you don't. If it's the last game, you don't not show up.
Right.
Right.
So for LeBron not to show up, no, you're not the greatest, because you didn't show up.
For you to be the greatest,
You better
there's no
show up.
such thing as not showing up in any game
There's
where
no
your
such
number is
thing as quits.
called upon the most.
None whatsoever.
That's just what that is.
None whatsoever.
You have to worry about that with Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You have to worry about that too much with Kobe Bryant.
Right. For you not show up, I mean,
That's-
Kobe Bryant showed up.
I've said all along, if you look on LeBron James' resume, if you want to point out the biggest black mark on his resume is the 2011 finals against the
Dallas Mavericks.
freaking Mavericks.
The lowly Mavericks.
The Dallas Mavericks, where he just flat out did not show up in the fourth quarter. There were points. There was times to where he scored 2 points,
Right.
4 points,
Right.
3 points in the fourth quarter.
And you just did not show up.
So but that's for another conversation later. I don't want to get into
'Cause
that.
We can go from there. We can go.
I don't want to go into that.
Yeah, we'll go there.
That's a segment by itself.
We're back on the West.
So Houston, I think
Houston
they should
shows
close
up.
out the series tonight.
They are showing themselves to be the best team in the NBA.
We'll wait until the West Finals to see that.
That's between
Because that's a head collision course waiting to happen now.
that was last year too.
Because you got both teams dominating the first round and the second round. Now you get to round 3. The biggest question for James Harden is, will he finally step it up when the numbers called on him the most himself? Because the last 2 years, speaking of someone that didn't show up in the fourth quarter,
He's done that
he's
before.
one of them.
He's done that before. But here's what I think. He has learned how to get a foul called on him.
Man, he's good.
A
at
lot
that.
good
better
at
than
that.
anybody else.
He's
He's
good at
learned
drawing
how
a
not to
foul.
get a foul
He can
called
draw
on
a
him.
foul, he can
So
fake a foul.
he draw a foul,
Yeah.
and then once he draws a foul, guess what happens?
He gonna hit his free throw.
Yeah, and he goes to the line. And remember, I said the key to this series is how many times does James Harden go to the line, and I think that's going to be the key to every series that they play in. When you go to Golden State, the key to that series is going to be how many times does James Harden get to the line.
Yeah.
And if he can get to the line, then you're demoralized.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that really demoralizes you as a team. That I didn't touch the man. You called a foul on me.
Mm-hmm.
And I beg to say,
Very good at that.
I have to say this right here. The Mavericks is what taught him how to do that. Now, why do I say that?
Why would you say that?
Why do I say that?
Mhm.
Because Dwayne Wade in 2006 got to the line against the Mavericks when nobody touched him.
Yeah.
Several times he got to the line against the Mavericks where nobody touched him.
Right.
And they called a foul. He got to the line. Boom. Hit his shots.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
So James Harden said, "Well, all I got to do is learn how to get to the line."
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I think Houston has a better supporting cast
Yeah.
than well, I wouldn't say he has a better supporting cast than Golden State, but I think Golden State is dependent upon Steph Curry.
Very much so.
I think
But they're not as dependent upon Steph Curry as the Cavs are dependent upon LeBron.
LeBron James, you're right about that.
He has some people around him that can play. KD.
Yeah. He's got some people that
He
can
got
play.
some people that can play with him whether he's in the game or not. When LeBron is out of the game, that's
Done
it.
deal.
That's a done deal. It's
Done
a
deal.
wrap.
And I agree with that. I think
Every time he sits down to take a rest,
they
don't score
point totals go
yeah,
down.
they points just
And you can't play LeBron
the whole entire game.
45 minutes.
He'll get tired.
You can't do it, and to do that, especially against Boston or 76ers. We're saying Boston.
No, we're saying
Boston. Boston will beat 76ers.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not.
Yeah. You think
I'm
Boston will
going
come
Philly.
back?
I'm going
You
Philly.
think Philly will come back?
Boston's not going to lose 4 games in a row.
Yeah.
I
It's
thought you said Philly
possible,
was up.
but it's not happening.
Boston's up.
Oh, why did you? Okay.
It's not happening.
No,
It's not happening.
You're right. You're right.
It could.
all the
For
remaining
money, it might.
games right now
Las Vegas.
is 3-1.
Everything's 3-1. Yeah.
Everything's 3-1.
So your 3 is gonna win. You lose. Your 1 is gonna lose.
Right.
Yeah. You're right. Everything's 3-1, and at the end of the day, it'll be Boston, Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be Houston, Golden State.
That's what I'm looking
I
forward
think
to.
so.
That's gonna be one heck of a series.
And on the east side, it could go. To me, I think on the east side, it could go either way. I think the team that gets up is going to be the team that wins on the east.
Mm-hmm.
On the west, that's going to be a 7-game series.
Yeah, it's going all the way.
I believe the west is going to be a 7-game
It's
series.
gonna be a hard.
It's going to be a hard fought. Yes, absolutely hard fought. We gonna knock
toe
knock
head to
them
head.
robots, right?
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that.
It's gonna be a good series to watch.
Yeah. So since we're talking about the series, all right, let's go predictions.
So you want to predict what? What do you predict?
Well, I mean, we know it's gonna be Golden State and Houston,
We know that for sure.
and we know it's gonna be. I mean, let's put that on the table. do you think Utah will come back against Golden State?
I am.
Against Houston.
If you want to go there in advance, I am predicting the Warriors in 6 games
Against Houston.
against the Rockets, and I'm predicting
Wow.
the Celtics to beat the Cavs in 7.
Ooh. Wow.
I think the Warriors are gonna go. They're gonna go. They're gonna go all the way to 7, and the Warriors are gonna take them to 7.
Both games, both series.
Both series.
So you're thinking Houston's gonna be? I mean, Golden State's gonna be Houston, and then Golden State's gonna be anybody in the East.
Yes.
I think the biggest difference in the West series is just flat out the born in an injury. The Warriors have more lights out shooters than the Rockets. The Rockets have Chris Paul, who is an excellent point guard, and he can score.
Yep.
We know who James Harden is.
Mhm.
Right.
He can score.
And then they have Capella, the center, who has really came on in the playoffs. I'll count that as 2.5. Golden State, yes, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant,
yeah.
and for what it's worth, Draymond Green.
Yeah, he's got that middle. He's got.
Draymond Green is a little bit of everything. He can play defense if he calls for defense. If you want offense, he can produce that. If you want him to rebound the ball, he can produce that. He's the man. He's the main utility man.
Yeah. Here's my X factor though. My X factor is these two teams played last year, Western Conference Finals last year. There's a bad taste in somebody's mouth in Houston.
That's James Harden.
And that bad taste, that bad taste is going to lift Houston to what they want to do. And I'm not a Houston Oilers fan, and he's not a Houston Texans fan.
You're a Houston apologist. I'm
not a Houston
Astros.
Astros fan. I'm not a Houston Rockets fan. I'm not. What other team they got in Houston?
The Astros.
Astros. I'm not a Houston.
Who won the
Astros.
World Series?
Exactly. I'm not a Houston.
The Texans, who is up and coming.
It's too damn hot down there. You get down there, you're sweating 5 minutes. It's just It's it's too much water. I'm not a Houston nothing, but I just understand that Houston is a better team. And they got a good Staples Center.
To me, the only reason why Houston is a better team is because of CP3. Because now, if it comes crunch time in the fourth quarter, you can put the ball in his hands a little bit more than James Harden.
And you couldn't do that last year.
No, you could not.
And that
You put the ball in James Harden's hands, and you didn't know where that was going.
There's your other X factor.
Right.
That's your other X factor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think those two together, I think they will bring. There's another championship going to Houston. And as much as I hate to see the damn parade going down the street, it's gonna happen.
I really do think that the addition of Kevin Durant to the Warriors, I don't want to use the word trumped, but with his addition, despite CP3's addition to the Rockets, with his addition being with the Golden State Warriors, I think still will allow them to pull it off. If it had not been for KD, I've been more in favor of Houston winning the series.
I'm gonna tell you where the difference is gonna be on that right there. When the Warriors played Cleveland last year, KD was not defensed at all.
They didn't know how to defend. It's like they didn't know what to do with it.
I mean, you can see him. LeBron was just watching him drive down the lane. Just watching. Oh, look at that. A dude in the
Kevin,
It's a
Kevin
show.
Durant has so many open lane shots in that
Houston
series.
will defend because they're used to it. Houston will defend against KD. They got more. The weapons a little bit more than they were last year.
But see, if you
Matter
defend
of
against
fact-
KD, you
matter of
got to
fact-
worry about Klay Thompson and Steph Curry.
But they had that last year. Here's the deal, though. Golden State has not gained anything from what they had last year.
Yes, they
Houston
did.
has.
They have a better bench than it did last year.
Well, they had you got a better bench, but I think Houston has a better bench.
Even
too.
you got someone that started for the Lakers that's on the bench. Swaggy P.
Oh yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, so my prediction
That
is
bench is a little bit better than it was last
my
year.
prediction is this right here. Houston is going to go 7. I think Cleveland. Let's say Boston, it'll probably go 5. So it's going to be Houston and Cleveland. And overall, I think Houston's going to pull it out.
Okay.
I think Houston will pull it out. It'll be Houston and Cleveland, and Houston will pull it out.
150 to go in the second quarter. It's all tied at 43.
With Houston,
Houston and Utah.
This is that means nothing.
I don't think Utah is going to give it the way the Raptors did to Cleveland. It's just not happening.
No, it's not happening.
Utah is going to go down with a fight.
Well, they'll go down with a fight, but I've been in a fight and lost before. I was on my back swinging and still losing, but I was fighting though. So I think it's going to be Houston against Golden State. Houston in 7, Cleveland in 5 against Boston.
You think Houston's gonna take it at 7?
Ooh.
I think it's going to go 7.
I don't think.
Well, I know it's gonna go 7, but you taking Houston.
I'm taking Houston.
I don't think it's going to be that easy for Cleveland to beat Boston in 5 games. That's just too easy for
I
them.
think they're going to 7.
Boston's going to
You
get
think
them a
it's
fight.
gonna go 7?
Yeah.
And even if it goes once it goes 7, then Cleveland's done for in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland is done for because guess who gets them to 7?
Cool.
LeBron. And because LeBron gets them to 7, he's going to be out of gas. He had to go 7 with Indiana, which he shouldn't have had to go 7 with Indiana.
But I think the
I
series with the
know.
Raptors gave them a chance.
Well, they
They
gave him a
swept
little,
them 4-0. They give them now that they
They
can
got
rest a
some rest
little
time.
bit.
give him a little rest, but still
Just a
though.
little.
But still though, you go 7 with Indiana, the Pacers, who you should have gone 7 with the Pacers. They took y'all away, and then you get your 4 here, and then you get a little rest, but then you got to go 7 again. It's gonna gas LeBron. He can't do it. I mean, if he can, wow, but you don't think he can.
We'll see.
I don't think he can. All right, so let's do this right here. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, the hour of power. The reason why everybody listens to the show
Security.
is security. It is the entertainment hour. So when we come back, we will go with the entertainment segment of the show, and security. You have to take it away.
Is that so?
That's what they tell me. That's what the producers are telling me.
All right.
I just do what they tell me to do.
Okay.
All right, this has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on 4radionetwork.com. We will be right back.
Let's roll.
Oakley dokley. I can stay awake.
Stay away. Why is that sound? Doesn't sound clear. That's why. Okay. Okay, go take a seat. Still on.
Ooh, that sounds weird. Said it sounds weird.
Somebody else can't tell us to turn off.
Cameraman. So
Does it
pretty.
sound good? Sound clear? Okay. listening to DJ Lemon Pepper.
There he is.
DJ Lemon Pepper, he's just jamming, right? Yeah, he's doing his thing. All right, so we're back. The hour of power, the time to start need to be why.
The hour of power.
This is security helping us out here.
Goodness. Oh, I get an
And
applause?
she gets an applause, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so what you got for us today?
It sounds like
Oh.
raindrops.
I know.
Okay. All right, is that better?
It's alright. It's alright. You're alright. I don't need any
That better?
applause. I guess so.
Okay.
It's okay. I don't need all that.
Well, I mean, you know,
I just need to get into my hour so we can get to the question.
we're happy you here. We are happy
Well,
you're here.
thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, so
Real
what you
quick,
got
I
for
know
us?
everybody does not like the Avengers like I like the Avengers, but they went out and got tattoos. And the only one who didn't get the tattoo is guess who?
Who?
The actor who played the one who. Oh, wait a minute. Don't let me get any spoilers. I almost did it.
Wait, I'm gonna have
Never mind. Mark
I'm gonna-
Ruffalo.
I'm
How you
gonna
pronounce his
stop
name?
this.
Ruffalo? Mark Ruffalo. The actor that played that plays Hulk. Don't say it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say something too. I'm not
No. Don't say it because we don't want to give any spoilers. People are still
okay.
getting to the movie. They haven't seen it yet.
All
So
right, we won't say
yeah. So they got matching tattoos, and I wish I could pull up a picture of the tattoo. It looks like little doodle marks. Not doodle. I know you're gonna say that.
Okay.
Doodle marks. So everybody, the original Avengers, excuse me, not everyone on the Infinity Wars, but the original Avengers, Iron Man and everybody but Hulk.
Okay.
Iron Man, Thor, who else?
Raven.
Huh?
I mean, what? No. Who's the
Captain
girl?
America, the witch, not witch, Lord have mercy. I can't get my thoughts together today.
Who,
But anyway.
who's the girl?
Black Widow.
Black Widow. Yeah,
okay.
Black Widow. Okay, so they all got tattoos except for the Hulk.
All right.
So, yeah. And of course, we know the big event that's coming up next week is the royal wedding. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry
And that sister.
getting married.
When she
And
go
there's
back,
been
you
a
don't
lot
go
of
back.
lot of people trying to put, darts in her way. Her own brother, talking to gossip magazines about it, but they are moving forward.
I'm trying to make some money.
Man, he needs to stop. He tried to say that her father wasn't going to show up, but he's going to show up. Her mother's showing up. And today they posted about her dress. It's $135,000.
Dang, that's a house note. No, that's the house.
That's the house.
Yeah,
These days the house is $200,000. That's the
Yeah,
down payment.
but that's halfway
part
to
of
where you want to go.
Yeah, but her dress.
Yeah.
The royals paid for her dress.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay, well
And
she's
so
approved. She has been approved.
She has been approved, and what they've done is Harry and Meghan have decided that in lieu of gifts, they want people to donate to 7 charities
Okay.
that are near and dear to their hearts. They have not been very active with those charities, but they picked them because of the association with the things that they love.
Okay. that's
So
cool.
like cancer research and soldiers and kids of soldiers who have been killed and things like that. So yeah.
All
So
right.
that's coming up. That's big news. They had the Met Ball the other day. And we were looking at pictures this morning. The people dressed in the theme was
Yeah.
dressed like the Pope.
Well, no,
Something-
it was like a Christian thing. or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So
But
we have to-
it was the papal because they had to dress like the
you have to
Pope.
wear your
So go out there and look at all those pictures because they were very nice outfits that they had on.
yeah. Although Rihanna had a nice outfit.
Rihanna had a beautiful
Yeah.
outfit. Chadwick Boseman had a really
Yeah, he had
nice
a nice outfit. Yeah.
outfit. He always dresses like a king. He just personifies the Black Panther wherever he goes.
I still say, get on up. Okay, get on up.
Anyway,
Get on up.
next, Jada Pinkett Smith had a fallout with another actress about 17 years ago. They've been having a fallout and not really speaking
Who is the actress?
on speaking terms. Gabrielle Union.
Oh,
Are you
So they
serious?
just had she just has a show that she's got, and her
that the
and
Red Table?
Gabby made up.
oh, okay, that's cool.
So it's good to see that African American sisters
That's
can
cool. That's cool.
embrace their sisterhood. So actually, it says for 20 years
Yeah,
that
okay.
they have not been speaking; they've been secretly feuding. So
As long as
this
it's
show that Jada is doing She brought her on the show, and they had a
Is that the
reconciliation.
red table thing she's doing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's cool.
Mhm.
As long as it's
Red
secret.
The
Table
red
talk.
table talk.
Yeah, that red table talk, yeah.
So yeah. So that's that, and what else? So we got the royal wedding.
Which her daughter said that she found out about sex
Man,
by watching.
that is something else. That I was getting to that
walking
part.
into
Yeah, she
Will
walked
and,
in
Jada,
on. So I can only imagine.
what they were doing.
I can only imagine.
But she said she didn't see anything.
But I can only imagine the
Oh, she
thoughts.
saw something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
she
yeah.
did. You know she
Oh,
did.
That's
Why she is
that's
wild
one
as she
all the
is.
time, yeah.
That's a wild child.
Mm-hmm.
Hairstyles changing, whipping her hair back and forth. She probably saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Whip my hair back and forth.
Yeah, Jada's like pow, pow, pow.
Yeah, so that's probably where that song came from.
Will Smith would not be in 7 degrees from separation.
So, Queen Sugar, you asked about Queen Sugar,
Mm-hmm.
which is one of the series that we watch. If you don't have a series that you watch,
You don't have a series, do you?
you got to get a series. Get Netflix, Hulu, something
I,
that you can
I
connect
do,
and
but
find
they on
something that y'all
hiatus
love.
right now.
What's your series?
Prison Break.
Oh, okay,
Prison Break.
okay. I got that one there.
Have you watched Breaking Bad?
No.
Oh,
you
my
gotta watch Breaking
goodness. Breaking Bad.
Breaking Man.
Breaking
Oh, you
Bad.
got to watch
Breaking
Breaking
Bad.
Breaking
Yes.
Bad. It was 7 seasons, right?
Yes, you gotta watch
Man, we
Breaking
watched
Bad.
a season a weekend.
Yeah.
We just blew through it. But anyway, Queen Sugar.
And it murdered, How to Get Away with Murder.
You take it on. Let's see.
How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, you gotta watch that too.
Do I take over
And
your
we have
segment?
that at home. I have Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon at home.
You
And
gotta
that'll
watch
hit that
some
up
stuff.
all the time.
You
I
gotta
don't.
watch.
She
You
does
gotta
more
watch it
than-
together. We wake up Saturday morning. We have breakfast in bed sometimes.
And blow through the series.
And blow through the series and just watch and watch and watch.
So that
And
means
catch
we
up.
wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and just go from there.
No, we don't. You need to stop.
By the time
Stop
1
that.
o'clock comes,
Stop
the series
that.
is gone.
Stop that. But we were watching Orange is the New Black, and
Mm-hmm.
it took me it took me a minute to get through that. But anyway, Queen Sugar, this powerful young black woman that inherits this farm from
Yeah.
her father, her and her siblings.
Mhm.
But she's like the businesswoman. She has a degree. She's been married to this big time basketball player, etc. So we're on season 3, and so the opener on May 29th next week
Oh, okay.
is 2 nights.
So in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks. What I
Okay.
said next week? This month is going fast, y'all. So, so those are the tickers for this week. Just a few little quick things that are coming up. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna talk about that later. So, and for the actual entertainment minute, we have 2 things that we can decide on whether we're gonna go forward with, because one might take forever. Well, both of them might. So, you have Bill Cosby has been convicted.
Mm-hmm.
And there are conspiracy theories out there as to why this all came up. And so there's a video out on YouTube called The Untold Truth About Why Bill Cosby is Innocent Until Proven. And this came
Who's
out
proven?
on May 5th. Well, the seal. So in this video, the guy has excerpts from the time when Ennis Cosby was killed.
Mm-hmm.
He has the footage from the police. He has footage from, what's the guy's name? Dick Gregory,
Mm-hmm.
that talked about it. And everybody's saying that it stemmed from his attempt to buy NBC.
I'm sorry. When you admit that this is what you did, you're guilty.
But
That's
he
true.
didn't admit it until it was brought
No,
up.
no, no,
It
but
came
he-
up 30 years after
But
the
he
fact.
still admitted this is what he did. We
I
have
understand
got
that.
we have got as black people, we have got to stop giving people a
We
pass
talk about
on
the
being
other
wrong.
subject.
Now, I can attest to this. Whether it's 30 years ago or yesterday, if you verbally say you've done something,
Yeah, did it.
it's the truth.
Right.
I understand that
it's-
part,
it's
but
cut and dry.
as a woman, this is my thing. As a woman,
Mhm.
if you do something to me
Mhm.
that hurt me, especially as much as you say it hurt you, why would you wait 30 years to say something?
Now
Because
that's a talk that I
That's
have
the
with
part.
my wife right now.
But here's the deal.
It's-
As powerful as Bill Cosby was,
I don't care who you are.
No,
You
no,
can
no.
be
Bill Cosby at the
Jesus
time.
Christ.
Bill Cosby was he was powerful. He could
He
do a
was
lot of
not
stuff.
that
Yes,
powerful.
he was.
He's more powerful now than he was back then.
But he still had power then. He could do.
He didn't have that much power.
And these girls right here, these were young girls.
30 years ago. Just think about it.
This
30
is-
years ago. Take
this-
2018
Oh,
minus minus 30 years.
Okay, I got you.
You're in the 70s,
I got
right?
you. I got you. Okay, I got you.
He was not that powerful
In
back
1985, I got a woman pregnant.
then. Okay.
Now, she said I did. I say I did. Now, do you believe me?
Well, you got evidence. You got a baby right there.
No.
There's still things.
No.
This is her word
The
against
baby don't-
his.
the
There's
baby
no
don't look like me.
evidence.
The baby-
There's no concrete proof except her word against his and him saying that he did.
And here's what I say. If he said he did it, he did it. Regardless of how long it is,
He might have
did
felt
it.
pressured.
No. Come on now. No, he wasn't in no interrogation room. If he said he did it,
All
he
I
did
know
it.
is when Camille Cosby finally spoke.
In his comedian joke, in his comedic jokes that he did back in the 70s, 80s, and stuff like that, he would talk about stuff like this.
I don't remember that.
No, because have you ever seen him do a stand-up?
I did.
Okay, the last stand-up you saw him do was when he was sitting in the chair, and it wasn't a stand-up. He was sitting in the chair talking about
The conniption.
Yeah, but that's not. I'm
She
talking
stood
about.
up in the birthing room.
I'm talking about.
Yo, did this to
I'm
me.
talking about in the 70s, his 70s stand-up. You go back and you look at those stand-ups. He did it.
All I know is
He-
she should have came forward back
But
then.
still,
I feel for her,
it
but
doesn't
she
matter.
should have came back.
So
30 freaking years. Come on.
okay. So has anything ever happened to you that you didn't say anything to anybody?
Yeah, and I still haven't said nothing.
Then
if it was not worth me
guess
saying
what?
it back then,
Guess what?
it
It does
worth
not
me
mean
bringing it up now.
It does not mean it didn't happen.
I'm not saying it
look, this is my thing. Going back to Shelley's point, if you got raped in '84, Bill Cosby paid you to keep mum about it.
Sound like Donald Trump.
I was just thinking that.
Number one,
Shut up.
money should not shut you up
It
if,
should.
Amen.
if
If
your
it hurts
body
you
is
that bad.
disrespected.
It shouldn't.
Exactly.
Unless
I'm not through.
All right.
I'm not through. My thing is right is right, wrong is wrong.
Exactly.
If you got raped, you should have said something then to get addressed, no matter how powerful he is.
No money is worth that.
But
At the
now,
time, but
no, I'm not finished. But now you want to say something about it because the man is risked the rest of his life. If Bill Cosby was making a salary, I'm making that. I guarantee you, they still wouldn't have said nothing.
But
this is all about money. This is money,
But
baby.
here's the deal.
That's all it is.
Wait, but at the time, they actually did say something, and it was pushed under the rug. At that time, the whole sexual misconduct and all right there, that wasn't really a prevalent thing. At the time, they actually said something, and it was pushed under the rug. So no one really listened to them.
But this is what Eddie Griffin said on that video. He said, if you notice, every one of these people that said something happened to them, they voluntarily went to his room. Remember Mike Tyson and the girl and all that stuff? And
He
not to
the one who
say,
got
I'm
put
not
away.
trying to blame, and I'll never blame a woman. If no means no, period. No means no, period. But
You
don't
can't
put
say no
yourself
when
in
you're
that
drunk.
position.
You cannot say no when you go to the room and you have coffee. And next thing you know, you out and he on the ledge of your bed with a robe on, and you disrobe. You can't say no. How can you say no when you can't? And he's actually drugging these women to have sex with them. It's not like
Quaaludes.
It's not like they're conscious and he's raping them. He's drugging these women.
And that's the
to
other
have-
thing
to have sex with them.
that Eddie Griffin was saying was that back in the day, Quaaludes was just that was
But-
it. They were all doing
But
it.
what I'm saying is right here. It's not like they're conscious and he's slapping around and raping them. He is drugging these women and having sex with them. That's wrong.
But none of them proved that they had sex either.
No, because they didn't
said
know. They have no clothes on. He's got a robe on. What do you think happened? I mean, I'm sorry. Let's stop. Let's stop.
Camille.
Let's stop.
I think it's an Emmett Till situation.
No. No. It's not Emmett Till when you got 70 women coming out.
Okay, yeah.
It's a bunch of women coming out saying, "Hey, this happened," and some of them recanted because maybe money got in the way. Okay, I'm gonna recant because he's paying me.
30 years later.
No, that's not even 30 years later. It's not even 30 years later. We're talking about some things that happened recently, like what, 2000, something like that. We're talking about recent.
So
accounts.
Anyway,
I'm saying you're wrong. You're wrong.
Go out and go to YouTube and look up the video. It's by Dane Calloway.
And who is that?
Cedric.
No, who is that?
Anyway, he has excerpts about the untold truth about why Bill Cosby is innocent until proven guilty. Just watch the video. It's got excerpts and it makes you think because it goes back. I'm telling you, it goes back to when he first tried to buy NBC. It talks about his son Ennis and how they said that he was robbed. Then they changed it to he got hijacked. Then they changed it to he got murdered. It was this, and this.
Let me flip the
It's
script.
a whole bunch of stuff.
Let
So
me
there's
flip-
conspiracy theory out there about Bill Cosby.
Let me flip the script.
Next
quick. No, let me flip the script quick.
subject.
What if they came out with a conspiracy theory about Trump?
Cedric, they got conspiracy
No,
theory about John F.
no. Would you
Kennedy.
believe like Stormy and Trump? And what if there's a conspiracy theory
It's a
that she's
conspiracy
lying?
about that too.
That she's lying?
Boy, it's
Would
a
y'all would you
conspiracy
be
about
on the
everything.
pulpit and say,
Everything is a
"Oh no, he
conspiracy.
lied. No, Trump
Well, I
no."
don't like
You-
Trump.
Exactly.
All I know
So
is
you
that Bill
believe that.
Cosby has a legacy that
No,
they're
so
trying
you-
to take away from him.
You would
And
believe
not
that more,
only
right?
are they trying to take Bill Cosby's legacy, but everyone that he helped along the way, they're trying to take that legacy away from them. And I don't think
I'm just
it's
asking.
right.
You would believe that if there's
But
conspiracy
to
theory, you wouldn't-
have Trump sitting in office, being the racist butt that he is, and doing the things that he's done, talking about grabbing women's pee, and he's still sitting in that office leading this country, and then you gonna drag
gonna
him
put
through
him
the
there?
mud like that.
Y'all gonna
No,
put him
I
there?
didn't put him there.
Okay, well, he there.
I'm telling you
Let's
right
keep
now,
it
it
moving.
wasn't me.
Let's keep it
It
moving.
wasn't me that put him there. If Obama could have had 3 terms, it would have been me right there.
And y'all, this is big.
Wakanda forever.
This is pillow talk.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Anyway, so the
When
next
Canada
subject
cut
that
off, this is pillow talk.
that he wants to talk about. I feel like we should not be giving no credence to Kanye West, but he wants to talk about Kanye West. So I looked up some information about Kanye West and why he said what he said. So one,
We'll talk about what
he
he said first.
says, well, I'm going to talk about the part where he says that he loves Trump. He supports Trump.
Okay.
So he says, this is according to CNN, a supposedly trusted source.
No, send TV.
Supposedly trusted
Yes, send TV.
source. Kanye West likes only half of what President Trump does.
Yeah, he didn't say he liked everything. He actually said that if you go to the
The
TMZ,
half he likes.
if you go to TMZ video,
Can I finish?
well, let me if you go to 30-minute TMZ
Say
video,
me, Lewis.
he
When he's
actually
talking, do I cut him off? Yes.
yeah.
Can I get
Yeah,
my
you
word
did.
out, please?
All right.
And
Go
then
ahead.
you can go. Okay.
You can pull up the TMZ video too.
You gotta share.
Nah, I
Go
don't want
ahead.
to build up. So he says the half he likes is the ability to do what no one said you can do, to do the impossible. That's what he said when he was talking with T.I. and they have a collaboration. So this segment, the part that I wanted to bring up is all this stuff that Kanye is doing. Kanye is known for his antics. Every time, it never fails. This man got a new album coming out. Some kind of antics happen. So is this a publicity stunt? Does he really believe what he's saying? Or he just started up some controversy because he got an album coming up and he want people to get this album? Is this really real, what he's talking about? Or he just talking outside his head again? Because last time he did this, he was up on the stage with, what's the country girl singer? What's her
tell
name?
her she needs to get
Yeah,
off stage.
he said Beyonce should have been up there. And then what was the other one he did?
George Bush.
George Bush don't like black
folks.
people. And every time there was an album coming out. If you look at it,
But
look at
here's
his track record.
But here's the deal though.
So is it his antics or does he really believe
Okay,
what
so
he's saying?
let's go with the last 2 times. First of all,
Taylor Swift. That's
okay.
the girl.
First of all, when you go up there and say George Bush don't like black people, that's crazy.
That's during Katrina.
Number one. Number 2 is
That album
when
come
you tell Taylor Swift to sit down because Beyonce should be up there. That's another answer. What he said?
But that was the truth though.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Beyonce should have been up there, not that girl.
Well, because she black. What? I mean, no.
Because she's the bomb.
No, but her last album. Was,
Beehive, what's up?
her last album bombed. I'm sorry. Yes,
Bomb to who?
No, that
Billboard?
what's that? Formation and stuff like that. That album bombed.
No, it did not.
That was a crappy
That
album.
was the bomb album.
That was a
Anyway,
crappy
move
album.
on. Move on.
Anyway.
Let's stop talking about beef.
So what he said here, if you go to the TMZ video, the 30-minute video that he had, the whole thing, it's nobody else.
I was not even
No,
talking about
no,
the slavery part. I'm
I'm
not
not
talking
talking
about
about slavery
that.
part. I'm talking about
Why
when
he likes Trump.
I'm telling you when he said he loves Trump. You know why he said that?
Why is that?
Because something he said, and this is true. He said every rap artist wanted Trump in their video.
Back
before
in
he
the day.
before he got to be president.
What's that smell?
Before he got to be president, every rap artist wanted Trump in his video, which is true. So why all of a sudden now you don't like him because he's president? You can't switch around and take because the country say I don't like him either. No, Snoop Dogg had him in his video. Every rapper had him in his video, and guess what? We was people that love rap. We was watching that video and saw Trump in that video.
So now all of a sudden you don't like him? No. Kanye West said, no, I'm not. I'm finna be real about
Probably
this.
because now that he's in the position that he's in, the light is shining on him a
No,
little
the light
bit
is
greater.
always- no,
No.
The light
Back in
has
the day,
always
it was
been-
all about him and his money. Him and his money. Him and his money.
It's
He
been
was
about
a
that.
big time billionaire.
But it's been
now
about-
he's in the
still-
office. All this other stuff is coming up.
But it's still about that right now. No,
The
no,
NRA.
but
And then he was here with the NRA this weekend.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Talking about Kanye
I'm sorry.
got his numbers up with black people.
I'm sorry.
Did you hear that?
I'm sorry.
What kind of foolishness?
Wait. When
It's
Trump,
foolish.
before Trump got to office,
Is he crazy for real?
before Trump got to office, how do you think he got Milana? I mean, you knew he was doing some.
He cheated on his
You
wife.
knew he was doing some crazy stuff. So don't
He
act like
wanna
this
touch
stuff.
on his dog.
Wait. Don't act like this is all brand
Nastiness.
new.
He just nasty.
No, don't act
Just
like.
nasty.
Hold on. Don't act like this is all brand
He's
new.
nasty.
What I'm saying is this right here.
What Tiffany had? You nasty.
What I'm saying is this right here. Let's go to everything he said on
I wish I
TV.
could say it the way she says it.
Okay, let's go to
Nasty, dirty.
Let's talk about everything he said on TMZ.
Okay.
Did
Go ahead.
anybody actually watch that?
I watched it. I watched when he tried to get that dude a hug. I just want to hug you.
No.
I just want to hug you.
Lewis, did you watch
And you're not gonna beat me up if I try to hug you.
No.
Slavery part of
Okay.
it.
So I watched the full 30-minute thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And he started about how which I don't understand. I kind of see where he's coming from about how we had a choice to be slaves. We didn't have a choice to be slaves. Where he's coming from, his mind thought because he used the word slaves in prison.
Is he like you? He says the wrong word.
No.
He means something else, but he's saying it this way. Is he that jailbird psychologist?
Black folks right now, and this is my
He said
opinion.
I lost the word.
This is my opinion. Black folks right now choose to be in slavery and in prison in their mind right now.
Okay, that's
Be-
different
be-
than what he
That's-
said.
No, but when he used the word slavery in prison, I think that's where he was going. Now he never.
He should have said imprisoned in their mind,
he
not
actually,
slaves.
No, he actually said that.
He said it later when he got called to the carpet for saying that they chose to be in slavery for 400 years.
But let's keep it moving. He also
Now
talked
you're gonna
about.
keep it moving.
No, because I ain't gonna lose that argument right there.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
But he also talked about love. Why can't we?
I understand that part.
One thing he said that I kind of been saying for a long time is let's stop living off of what happened in the 60s and the 50s and the 40s and saying that's our plight. Because that's not our plight. Our plight is what's happening now. And what's happening now has nothing to do with the 60s, the 50s, the 40s, even the 70s. And he was saying, let's start living for today. I always say this right here. I use this example. If you got hurt,
But that needs to be
let me
across
finish. Yeah,
the
but
board.
somebody's got to say it. If nobody says
We've
it,
been saying it. We had MLK.
no. I'm sorry.
We had MLK that said you take away hate with love.
No.
He said that back in the 60s.
No.
Who is keeping up the hatred? Who is teaching their
Where?
kids? We watching kids in
I'm sorry.
capes,
I'm sorry.
in hoods.
You just said something that made my
KKK
point.
teaching
You
their
just said something that made
kids
my point.
from this age, walking around with them masks and stuff on.
Y'all-
Are we doing it?
You just
Are
said-
we doing that?
You just said something
Are
that
we
made my point.
teaching our kids to hate?
Yes, we are.
How?
You know why? Because
How?
we teach. I'm gonna tell you how. I had a.
Are we teaching our kids that they're superior race?
No. Let me tell you how.
We tell our kids
let
that
me
they're
tell you
kings
how we're
and that
teaching
they
hate.
are good.
Let me tell you how.
If you're not superior to anyone else.
Let me tell you how we're teaching hate. I had a conversation with my son, and I told you about the conversation. I said, Daniel, when you get pulled over by the cops, are you afraid? He says, no. Why aren't you afraid? I said, cuz I'm just not afraid. No, stop. Let me finish.
Daniel is licensed.
Let me finish. Because I got another example too.
Okay.
But let me finish
Okay.
though. He says, no, he's not afraid. Why aren't you afraid? Because why should I be afraid? There's no reason for you to be afraid. But half of us are teaching our children that when you get pulled over by the cops, be afraid. No. When you say, are we teaching our children? Yes, we're teaching our children the wrong message. The message is, if you get pulled over by the cop, you ain't no reason to be afraid. If you did something
We
wrong,
are telling our children
No, you're
to
not. No.
not be afraid, but be respectful and be aware.
No. But what I'm saying,
Be aware
but what I'm
that
saying,
you need to have your
but you
hands
just-
up on the
but you just-
dash
no, you
so
don't
you
have-
don't get
no, you don't necessarily have-
accused of pulling
you do
out
not
your
have to-
cell phone and thinking it was a
Shelley,
gun.
you do not have to have your hands on the
Well,
dash,
yes,
and
you
we're
do.
not teaching our
Yes,
kids
you
to
do.
have it.
Because you
don't.
have some people
that's
out
what
there that
10%.
are not.
That's what 10% of America has taught y'all. 10% of America that's bad Y'all teach everybody else that 90% of them are wrong. I'm saying this right here. What Kanye West said is, and something you said, look what Martin Luther King said. No, Martin Luther King died in 68. What about somebody saying something today? What about the leaders?
I was saying that we have been talking about this for a long time. That love conquers hate. He's not the first person to say it.
No, he's
and
not.
you said
but
that
when
we
he
need
says
to start.
But when he says it, why are we not projecting that? Why are we not saying, you know what, he's right in what he said?
Okay.
He's right and said, yes, love conquers all because it says it in the Bible.
All right, Mr. Long.
It's been there for the longest, so why are we not going off of that and saying, no, but you know what you do? Oh, Kanye West is stupid. He's this, that, and the other. So we're not going to listen to him, but love does conquer all. Regardless of if a stupid person says it or not, or a smart person says it, love does conquer all. And if we don't go off of that, if we stop living off of yesterday's conversation, which is 1968, 69, 65, if we stop living off that conversation and start living off today's conversation, yes, we have made it. I talked to who did I talk to? My guy Peter Johnson. Peter Johnson used to tell me all the time, you know what, the worst thing they ever did was said we wanted to create a Black History Month. He said that's the worst, because he's the one who helped orchestrate the whole Black History Month. That's the worst thing they've ever done. You know why? Why? Because we segregate ourselves to 1 month. And we shouldn't have done that. And I'm saying this right here. We do a lot of stuff to ourselves. You know, one thing that Kanye West did say. We talk about police brutality, right? But nobody's talking about them 700 people that got killed in Chicago, black on black crime.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not marching. No, nobody's marching for it.
How do you know that?
Because you would know it. Just like you know that Colin Kaepernick.
There's a lot of things that are happening.
Just like you know that Colin Kaepernick kneeled for Black history, you knew that. But we don't know what's going on in Chicago. They got martial law in Chicago and in Detroit because of all these killings. No black people are coming out and saying, hey, we need to get this stuff together. No, they're not coming out. You know why they're not coming out? Wow. Because it's not prevalent. It's not going to make news.
Okay.
They're not coming out because it's not, I'm coming out. I'm saying, these gang members that's killing each other, why are we not coming out for that? Why are we not marching for that? Why are we not standing in front of the gang members' houses and doing that right there? Why are we not doing that? Because does that really matter?
Okay, honey.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Real issues.
It's gonna be all right.
Real issues are sitting on the table, and we just if it doesn't make news, I ain't gonna come out and say nothing.
It's gonna be okay.
But if it makes news, I'm gonna come out and say something.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you so much.
All right.
I appreciate that.
That's the entertainment.
You're wonderful. That was great. Thank you very much.
I
just
need
need
to
to relax you just a little bit.
There you go.
You all right?
All right.
You gonna be okay?
What's next?
Okay. I told you that was gonna bring the heat. So anyway,
now,
you okay with that? So we've gone through Cosby, we've gone through Kanye. These are two subjects that you wanted to talk about.
I'll get hate mail
so
tomorrow.
we've gotten through them. Okay, so next on the agenda,
He say, she say.
Wakanda forever. No. The he say, she say question. Okay, so I got this from a good friend, Cass Butler. She has a group called Reconnect, and it's for married couples. But she has some good questions in there that could be for anybody. But this one has to do with people with a mate. So the question is that a gun?
I'm just shooting I'm doing all right.
I'm so through with you. Anyway, the question is for you wonderful listeners out there: are fantasies what you want subliminally, or are they just that, a fantasy? How would you feel if you knew your spouse sexually fantasized about someone you both knew mutually? We actually had this conversation. It was weeks ago. But
y'all call in.
Yeah, our fantasies, that see, he don't want to answer it. Are fantasies what you want subliminally, or are they just that, a fantasy? And is it okay to have fantasies? How would you feel if you knew, honey? How would you feel if you knew that I sexually fantasized about someone we both knew mutually?
I think somebody's calling in.
Oh, really?
No, they're not.
Actually,
You want somebody.
Actually, I missed a phone call, too.
Did you? Who was it? Brother man?
Let's say something here. Let's see
Who was it? 80?
Oh, no, it was from the line. I missed a phone call.
Who was it?
Whoever called in, call in again, 469-249-2411.
They called that, Cedric.
They
Just
called.
now?
They just called. So here we go right there.
What number is it?
I don't know. It's the hotline.
Hello, caller. You're on the
I'm
air.
not yet.
Ain't not hooked up yet.
All right, let's go. Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Who that be?
Hi, this is FD the Stunt Doctor. I'm calling in.
Oh, what's going on, FD? We just not getting to the
He said, she said question.
She said question. So hold what you got.
No,
you,
he wanted to get in on the question.
you can chime in. So go ahead and go reread the question again. Fantasies.
Okay, so the question is: are fantasies what you want subliminally, or are they just that, a fantasy? And how would you feel if you knew your spouse sexually fantasized about someone you both knew mutually? What do you think, Professor?
Who wants
You wanna go last?
Tackle us.
Oh Lord.
I want to see from y'all's perspective
FD, you
as
want-
men.
FD, you want to run
How
with
would
this
you
one?
feel if your wife was fantasizing about somebody you knew mutually? You both knew, a friend of the family or whatever. Y'all both know them, and your wife tells you, "Man, I've been having dreams about such and such. I've been fantasizing about just having sexual relations with such and such."
FD, you want to tackle this one first?
Come on,
You
FD.
don't want me. You don't want me to talk about that one.
Oh, okay.
Is there gonna be some issues?
Hey, no, it's just that who wants to fantasize when they want the real deal?
But that's what we're asking. Is it a fantasy, or is it something they really want subliminally? Do they really want it when somebody's fantasizing about somebody else?
If you
You
fantasize,
know,
I mean, okay,
Right.
fantasize about Janet Jackson. Do you really want to get with Janet Jackson? Or you just fantasizing
No.
about
no,
the
so-
possibility,
wait,
maybe?
hold on. Snot Lathan.
That is,
Lord, jeez.
look at Professor.
you may as well
Boy, if you was a little lighter, you'd be beat red.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Hey, Cedric, you may as well put on some 3D glasses, man.
Uh-oh.
Why? Why you say that?
I got a problem with 3D
At
glasses.
least try to make the fantasy look real.
Make it look real. Oh, you talking about just going through the whole motion of fantasizing with the 3D glasses
I
on?
mean,
Put the picture in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so FD, the question. What's your answer? Is it a fantasy, or is it something that you want, that you really, really want subliminally?
if I'm a wanted, I'm gonna go after it. The real deal.
Mm-hmm.
damn
So it's
fast.
something that you
Yeah.
want. You really want it. If you fantasize about it, it's something that you really want. It's not just a fantasy.
What? No, I'm a manifestor.
Oh, you're gonna make it
I'm a
manifest.
He gonna make it happen.
Oh my
He
goodness.
gonna, he from,
Okay,
he
so-
from Missouri.
so-
Show me state. Show me.
So how would you feel if you knew your spouse sexually fantasized about someone you both knew mutually? If you say you wanted to manifest, what if she's fantasizing about somebody and she wants to make it manifest?
First of all, I'm not gonna have that kind of door open to where that kind of activity would even be going on in the mind.
But you don't know somebody's mind. You can't tell. The only person that knows somebody's mind and heart is God.
How do you
don't
close
know.
the door?
Listen, you can know, but then you gotta understand I do feet. And I don't
FD.
need you to say any more about it.
It's all about the feet. Okay. So Lewis.
AD says fantasy is really what a person desires in their mind. So can you really fantasize and not desire what you fantasize for real?
Depends on what you fantasize.
I mean,
When we're talking about fantasizing about somebody that's other than your spouse, is it okay to have a fantasy outside of your spouse for sexual relations? Is that okay?
No.
Let's broaden the horizon. And he's right. No, but let's broaden the horizon. You're right. Well, you're right, but let's broaden the horizon.
Broaden the horizon.
A fantasy does not have to say a sexual. It doesn't have.
No, but for this particular question,
then no.
we're talking about sexual fantasies.
Then no, he's right. You can't have a sexual fantasy and not want it.
Okay. So in a married relationship, you should not have any fantasies outside of your spouse. So the question on how would you feel if you knew your spouse sexually fantasized about someone you both knew mutually, how would that make you feel?
Unless it's Janet Jackson.
Oh, you want me to fantasize about Janet? It's not gonna happen. I don't
No,
do that.
you fantasize about
Bunch of
Denzel.
stuff. No, I don't fantasize about Denzel. First of all, First of all, Denzel is a married man. Second of all, he's out of my reach. No.
What about somebody that's out of your reach? Do you fantasize about?
But I don't fantasize about him like that. I say he is a good-looking gentleman. I love the way he acts. I admire him. I don't fantasize about Denzel.
Except in Training Day.
I do not. Oh no, definitely not in Training Day. He's funny in Training Day to me. In flight? No, I sure don't like him in flight. Not for a relationship.
What's up?
Come on,
I
Sanaa.
don't understand.
I think he ain't through.
Okay, FD, what? AD said Beyonce.
Beyonce, yeah. Say 80.
Come on, FD, what's your answer?
I can put the real thing. That's right there.
Huh?
I'll celebrate the birthday. God bless you, real.
He wants the real thing.
I mean,
So he doesn't fantasize.
Nah.
Well, what if your spouse is not giving you your fantasy? I'm just going to expand the question.
Ooh.
What if your spouse is not, you have this fantasy about what you want your sex life to be like with your spouse, and your spouse is not fulfilling that need.
Ooh.
So you go and you fantasize about that part with somebody else. Is that correct? Is that right? What if you see, you guys have, we have lots of couple friends. Okay, me and Cedric, we have lots of couple friends. So we in a room. Remember that song? It was by Atlantic Starr, and they were all friends, but two of them was married, and they were seeing each other on the side. Remember that? What was the name of that song? Oh my gosh!
I don't know if you remember this
What's the
song.
name of this song?
By the Dale.
I'm gonna find that song.
I wish you didn't trust me so much.
I hate that song. I hate that song. But that's one of them. That's one of them ones. I wish my friend didn't trust me so much to be around my spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Secret Lovers.
Secret Lovers, yeah.
That was the song Atlantic Starr had, and they were all married couples around each other, but two of the people in the couples was messing around with each other behind the scenes. Remember that song? So how do you combat that? They going out having a good time and enjoying each other's company.
Let me tell you something, Shelly. That's not fantasizing.
Now that's real.
That's real. But that's what I'm saying. That fantasy could have turned into something more. We all go out together all the time, and all of a sudden you fantasizing about one of your friends that's out with you that you both mutually know. That's what this question is saying. You both mutually know. We got 10 couples that we hang out with. This is just an example. And in that group of 10, somebody is fantasizing about somebody else. You know, that's how they came up with that stuff with swingers, swinging and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they came up with that. Fantasizing about being with somebody else's, and it's not right.
Since you're talking about old songs, Bloodstone did Outside Woman. The Dales did, oh, how I wish it was me you love. You know, so you can find that.
Okay, I don't know that song. You going past my age group.
Somebody envious, you know, but
You going way beyond my age group, FD.
School.
That's way beyond my age.
No, FD, I remember those.
I don't remember that.
I remember those songs. Yeah.
I can name some songs where, hey, listen, but
Well, I wasn't naming songs for us to start naming songs. I was just telling you an example of a group of couples that were together and messing around with each other.
Here's what I say.
Yes.
Number one, you should not be fantasizing about anybody but your spouse.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Even if they're not fulfilling their role.
Even if, well, you can always, it's called teaching. It's called lessons. You go to class.
Watch out there now.
Get the chalkboard up. Draw the positions that you would love, and roll with that. You can teach. Now, if your spouse is unwilling to learn.
I was gonna say, what if your spouse is unteachable?
Well, what?
No, keep going.
Yeah, what if your spouse is unteachable? I'll be like, look, do it this way, do it that way.
Then what you have to do is,
I like it like that.
and I'm gonna say this, and this is just Benchwarmer speak.
Now, be careful, honey. Be
What you
careful.
got
Don't bring
to
our bedroom in here.
What you got to do is hit her so much
You know what?
to where she can't do nothing but shake and do what you want her to do. I mean, I don't mean physically hit her. I mean,
I'll hit you back.
I mean, no. I mean, a hit that you want. You know, I mean.
That is physical, though.
No. Not chalk outline her
You
on a
gonna-
consistent
you gonna
basis.
Cut that out.
You got to chalk line out her. Give her, put it in a chalk outline. And if you do that on a consistent basis, she's going to want more. You
How
have
do
to
you
make
know
her.
that?
You have to make her want more.
I'm sorry, every woman is not turned on by
No.
just how you
No,
physically, sexually
No. But that's what I'm saying.
do
You
things
have to.
to
You
her.
have to. You have
Remember,
to make.
Pastor Evans, our pastor
You have
says
to make her want more.
intimacy starts in the kitchen.
But still, you have to make her want more.
Ladies,
If you want to fix her omelet and then knock her out.
ladies,
Fix her.
intimacy starts in the kitchen. And men,
Fix her omelet.
intimacy starts in the kitchen.
Fix her omelet, then knock her out.
It starts in the morning before you get in that bed at night.
But listen, what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this right here. It's called a teachable moment.
Yes.
Now, how would I feel if my spouse would, is fantasizing about somebody else and she told me? I'd be straight. It'd be some problems. It'd be some issues.
What if she didn't tell you, but you found out?
It'd still be some
Found
issues.
out.
If she told me, I found out, it'd be some issues. Because that means I'm not the person for her. I'm not the one she wants. And okay.
So what if somebody was sending her naked pictures?
Oh, Lord.
Well, I mean, she can delete them or not delete them.
What if they were sending her naked pictures and she was responding to them naked pictures like, "Ooh, you look good. I like that."
Then that's an easy answer. That's an easy answer.
Mm.
That's an easy answer.
Mm.
Because-
AD said, "Leave that man alone so he won't get in trouble."
Well,
I think he was talking about you when we was talking about Sanaa Lathan. Woo!
oh boy.
But that works for both people, right? I mean, and I think that the thing is, women are not necessarily visual, men are. So when you get down to the brass tacks, and we've had this conversation, and I hope you're okay with me, sharing this. We've had this conversation
No,
about,
I'm not.
huh?
You said you hope I'm okay with sharing.
I think you'll be okay. But we've had this conversation about how looking at other people in videos and pictures and things like that, and I mean, just point blank pornography, looking at those things, how it makes a woman feel when she feels like she has to compare herself to those things. And when you're doing that, that is like having a fantasy, even if you can't physically touch that person or whatever, but having that kind of a thought about someone other than your spouse is hurtful. It makes a woman feel devalued when you do that. And I don't think that guys necessarily understand that about women and until it's putting their face in the reverse. So me watching other men and commenting and saying those things and thinking about that another man in that way would make you feel some kind of way. But when a guy does it, he thinks that's just natural. That I'm visual. I like looking at good things, but it really is. It's not good for either or.
Okay.
So Lewis,
Yeah.
you got anything to say about that?
No, I'm good.
Okay, Lewis.
So Sanaa Lathan.
He been over here thinking about Sanaa Lathan since we said it.
Well, on social media, my wife decided to tag me in a post. Sanaa Lathan put herself on her new short hair and makeup and all of that. So she put Louis A. Medford as a comment purposely because she know
You like Sanaa
Yes.
Lathan.
and
She's a beautiful girl.
all I just said was Lord Jesus, hallelujah.
But have you ever sexually fantasized
No.
about Sanaa Lathan?
No,
Exactly.
I just have a crush
You
on
ain't-
that woman, but
Yeah.
not to the point of sexual
Fantasies.
Right.
fantasies. No,
You
I ain't
admire
never went
her.
there. I mean, from the time I saw her in Love and Basketball, I just like, wow, this woman is beautiful.
She is. She's a natural.
I never
beauty.
seen a
And who
tomboy
wouldn't
looking woman
like
on
her?
Love and Basketball that's beautiful at the same time.
But it's the
And
same. It's the same I say with Janet Jackson. But I'll tell you though.
Yeah, he's told me. He know I like Denzel Washington, but
If she came to knock on the door, baby, I'll send you the checks home.
Boy, he says that too.
I will send the checks home. It'll be good. You'll be taken care, financially taken care of. But she come knock on the door, rolling.
But
My brother says, y'all are crazy. I gotta get some sleep. Y'all have a great show as usual. And don't hurt nobody, big sis.
Yeah, you know. If I'm phone call you tomorrow, it's gonna be some problems.
Brother man.
Problems.
And AD says Cedric didn't tell you about Storm, did he? I think he's messing with me. Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, me and we had a little
We've
thing
talked
going
about.
on,
I mean, we've been together. For
I paid Stormy.
Goodness gracious,
I paid
12
Stormy,
years.
but I don't make the money Trump made, so she didn't come back after my money because she know that check bounced. So I'm
Boy,
good to go.
look. We've been
So-
here
so-
12 years.
Louis.
I pretty much know
But
everything.
see, Proverbs 23:7 says, whatever we think in our hearts is really who we are. And so
Bring it back.
when you start fantasizing sexual fantasies with someone, that is called lust in the Bible.
That's who you are.
So if we're fantasizing with another person that's not our
Spouse.
God-given mate, you're just wrong.
You're just wrong. Yeah.
Some people might say, well, I'm not acting it out. But the Bible says even when you think of it in your heart and not act that, it's still sin anyway.
Sin starts with thought anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
So having said that, how many times have we sinned within our thought and our mind on a consistent basis?
I've always said God knew
We was gonna be foul.
No. Just imagine if God gave us the ability to see what we're thinking.
See somebody's
It's a reason why He didn't
somebody's
give us that
thoughts.
sense.
So didn't.
Just imagine.
That's what I was saying earlier. You can't know what your spouse
for
is thinking
instance,
or fantasizing about.
My wife's crush is Idris Elba.
And he's engaged.
Yes, he is.
But you gotta point that out, huh?
And she
So
hates
she can
that.
have him now.
That is her man crush. I don't know what she's thinking inside of that head of hers
So she
unless she tells me. Now,
Right.
now, people can sit there and fantasize all day, and you won't even know they're fantasizing. But that's
Right.
what's in their hearts.
But remember,
Out of the heart flows the issue of the mind.
yeah, but remember
Right.
too,
Or out of the, what is it?
That's
Out
Jeremiah
of the mouth
17.
down the mouth
flow the issues of the heart.
But
That's
remember-
Jeremiah 17.
Remember too this right here though. You know, whatever you do in the dark comes to the light, and we kind of get that kind of mixed up and think everybody gonna see it. No, the light is God. It's Christ.
Yeah,
So
He
whatever
sees
you're doing in your
everything.
mind, you know, your spouse may not see it, but it
God
still
does.
comes to the light. So when He reviews your life, those things that were in your mind is gonna be popped up on big screen.
And
you
it's
ain't
so-
nothing to check out.
Yeah, and it's so important for a man to love his wife the way Christ loves the church, that the Lord says, don't even come to me and ask me for nothing, because your prayers are going to be hindered if you're not honoring your wife the way I said to honor her.
And if she ain't respecting us the way she says,
It don't say that. It talks about the man honoring the wife.
to do that though.
I know. I mean, I will do that. I'm just saying that he does. There's a lot of things that are in the undercurrent that he's always talking to the man about what the man is supposed to do.
I know.
But the
We got so
man
many dang
teaches the woman.
responsibilities.
Yes, you do. So do we. But the man always takes what he learns from the Lord and leads his family, leads his wife, and teaches her how to do the things that he needs her to do to be the suitable helpmate. And,
Right.
and you know what I'm saying? So if the Bible says don't come to me with your prayers, so if you're doing wrong to your wife, because your prayers are going to be hindered, you also revert that and let your wife know. You know, if we not fine at home, if we not doing what we're supposed to do at home, we might as well not even pray together.
Don't be go hollering at God.
Yeah, don't be asking for nothing
All right,
if you're
those-
not doing what you're supposed to do.
Give us the last word.
So basically,
FD still on the line?
Hey, still on. We got to
when fantasies arrive within our realm, we have a choice of what to do with them. Either we let the fantasy blow into a full-blown reality and get ourselves in trouble, or we can pretty much submit those fantasies to God in obedience to Christ.
And what you said is that what you're saying is it's not like they would never come to your head.
Right. Because you're human.
Because
you're human.
sin will come in there, and you can take that and submit it to Christ,
or you can roll with it.
Right. That's exactly my point.
Yeah.
All
We
right.
all gonna have fantasies. I know my wife have fantasies. I'm just gonna keep it real. I think we all do. Can't nobody tell me that they don't. But the thing is, what do you do with them?
Right.
I still ain't got my hot rod yet, so I'm still fantasizing.
Now,
FD, you got anything else to say? Oh, you want to finish? I'm sorry.
now go ahead. Go ahead.
FD, you got something to say? Put us
Uh-oh.
on
Did
mute.
he lose? You lose him? Okay. So,
I'm here.
do you
Okay.
have anything else to say about the question?
Pray.
I think he said pray.
Did you say pray?
I'll say this, pray.
Amen. Amen.
All right, well, let's do this right here.
So wait. So the final answer to the question is that fantasies are what you want subliminally. That's the answer. And how would you feel if you knew your spouse sexually fantasized about someone you both knew mutually?
That's
It's
a no-no.
wrong.
Yeah.
It's a no-no.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's dig into now the half hour of the 20 minutes of power is the health hour.
You already chopping it up again.
I'm chopping
Don't know what
everything.
you trying to say.
Yeah, I know what
Man,
you're
oh
trying to
man.
say. So normally we have a doctor on. Doctor, she's in transition right now. So we brought on another doctor, a foot doctor, FD. He's going to tell us about stem cells. FD, what you got for us there today, sir?
Well,
Don't be saying I can do your wife
I'm
either.
just excited about being on the show. And my thing is, people, you don't have time to play with your health.
Mm-mm.
You only got one shot at it. You should not be giving more donating more in your garage than you should be putting in you.
All right.
Some people care more about the cause than they care about themselves. And you know, one thing I do know for sure is that you cannot take your feet and go trade them in. Give me a size 9 with square toenails and thinking you're going to keep on moving.
Right.
It's not going to happen. Here you have an opportunity to really get a second chance to feel better than you ever felt, to get your life back so you can begin to live the promises that God's called you to live.
Mm-hmm.
That your ladder will be greater. You know, he says, beloved, above all things, that you prosper and be in good health.
Yes.
And be in good health.
Yes.
But the scripture also says that my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge.
Right.
So, in what you don't know is the thing that gets you all the time. And then there are people that think they know more than anybody. And if they're the smartest person in the room, I tell you, they need to meet somebody. Especially when it comes to your health, because the scriptures say what? I am fearfully and wonderfully made in his image. And so I'm telling you, man, you cannot just always go to Walgreens and think the answers to life are there for your health. You got to remember in those situations that what happens. In every bottle of that's sold in there, they're taking out the light bill, they're taking out the rent, they're taking out things to make that store run. So they're compromising that with the quality of what they sell.
Right.
So
And then
FD.
they're gonna invest in what? A long shelf life.
Yes.
So that's a problem.
So FD, what
So you
what
said
exactly
you-
are stem cells? We're talking about stem cell therapy. We have some questions
No.
about what that is. What exactly are
No.
stem cells?
Now, Miss Shelly, you broke my flow. I was getting to that.
I'm sorry. I asked
No.
the man.
Huh? You messed up my introduction.
My apologies. Go ahead, sir. I'm gonna be quiet.
No, you don't have to be quiet now that you answered it. I mean, that you answered.
I'm so excited about what you're talking about. I really want to know because, you know, I was talking to you about the other day, my knee, and how someone was telling me that I could use stem cell therapy to help with that. And so I'm just really, really excited. I apologize for cutting you off.
No. Hey, listen. I have somebody with me that has actually did the therapy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nice. And she'll talk to you and she'll tell you why she did it and her expectation. But that was, listen, you blew everything by well, why is stem cell therapy? That's okay, Miss Shelley. We're all right. We're excited, but it's regenerative medicine. It allows you to your body to rebuild areas, to restore areas, your bones, your tissue. They will regenerate. You don't have to. How do you say it? I mean, God's not confused. God's not scared when somebody has a problem. He has the answer no matter what you have, no matter what you're going through.
Right.
Right.
He has
I
the
agree.
ability to make what's old new again.
Yes.
And the thing about it is, our cells are going to regenerate anyway.
Okay.
Now, what we use cord blood stem cells from umbilical cord.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so what happens? They do not have a quote unquote set DNA profile to where they will begin to bring something forward inside of you, foreign thoughts, foreign actions, or something that will kind of make you do something that's not in your character.
Mm-hmm.
No, these stem cells, you can actually tell them what to do, how to act, how to respond, and they'll begin to do that. But they're new cells. They're not toxic. They're not stressed out. They're not overused. They're not overabused. These are fresh cells that allow you to begin to have the newness of life from the inside out at a later age in life.
Do they only come from embryos, or can you also have different? I know you talked about the cord and things, but is there another way to get stem cells?
There is, but I wouldn't recommend it.
So just the embryonic.
I mean, yeah, the embryonic cells. You can actually get your own cells and get stem cells that way. They take them, clean them, and put them right back in you. But I mean, people have a lot of success with that. But I said, how much more with new cells that have not had any? I mean, these are brand new cells that have been tested for quality to make sure that you have the best response.
Gotcha.
You follow me? Because you don't want to do something that's not the best for you.
Right.
And science bears this out, just like the Bible bears it out.
Okay.
I mean, when it comes to heart transplants, liver transplants, kidney transplant, before that transplant takes place, there's a lot of stuff that has to go into consideration so the donor can match the organ. So with cord blood stem cells, what you do, you detox, get the bad stuff out of you, you receive the cells, you get 30 million cells that's going to reproduce for 65 generations.
Wow. So the embryonic
What
cells.
does that mean, FD? Great, I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, what does that mean, FD?
In other words, every 24 hours, those cells are going to multiply 65 times. And so, in regenerative medicine like this, you spend the money one time and it keeps working, and it keeps working, and it keeps working, and it keeps working. And so, that what was giving you a problem is no longer a problem.
Mm-hmm.
because cells regenerate. They were designed to regenerate.
Okay, so
And
what?
so now we are able to dismiss those old cells that have been giving us problems. You say, well, what kind of problems? It could be chronic disease, chronic pain, problems like that. You can eliminate those problem cells and get brand new cells, and you'll get the manifestation of the new cells in your life, in your body. So the pain is gone. The lupus is gone. The Parkinson's is gone.
Does it help with
Over
cancer?
122 different diseases.
Wow.
Does it help with cancer? Can it help with cancer?
Cancer is a fungus.
Okay. Hey,
You know,
what else?
how it helps with cancer, right? And they won't tell us that it's a cure for cancer. But what it does, it puts the body in position to where when you fight, or when the body fights, it begins to make the cancer more or less of non-effective. I hope I'm saying it the right way. There are people that have testified and have gotten through cancer because of stem cells, but they don't promote it as a cure for cancer.
Mm.
So it's almost like it's just a help for cancer, help to cure cancer, on top of other things.
Well, cancer, like I say, you know, how do I say this? I remember when I was actually diagnosed with cancer years ago, malignant cancer of the bone. And I actually had 2 operations. And what ended up happening was, while I was doing the operation, what was malignant turned benign in the doctor's hand. Everybody doesn't get that type of response. But I do know this, that I've not had an operation since.
Wow.
Mm.
And stem cells gives you that type of effect. That's where it goes in and redo you from the inside.
So what
Now,
happened?
I'm here with my friend Miss T.
Okay.
Now, Miss T recently had stem cells, and she can begin to tell you why she did it and what she knows she's going to expect or what she can't expect or how it's going to come forth. So I'm going to put Miss T on the air, and she'll talk to her, and if she'll be able to answer some of the questions because she has actually, she's demonstrated it now. So let me introduce to your listening, our listening audience, to Miss T, and she's going to talk about her stem cell experience.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm great. I'm doing wonderful right now. Thanks for listening to my testimony. But the reason that I chose stem cell therapy, well, in 2015, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition called sarcoidosis. I don't know, you may be familiar with it because Bernie Mac is the person that always comes up when it's, you know, when the sarcoidosis is announced. So basically, it's an autoimmune disease and it's inflammation that attacks the body. Okay, I was diagnosed with the pulmonary, and also it got in my glands. So I had like a knot over my eye. I had to do a biopsy of my lungs. I had granulomas, I believe they were called, on my lungs.
Oh my goodness.
So as a result, they tell you it's no cure for it. All they can do is treat it. Well, I didn't really like that, and I don't really accept anything that doctors tell me because I know ultimately God is the healer.
Right.
So I kept searching and searching and searching, and I've always been into the natural way since I guess about 12 years ago. And I feel like the body is designed to heal itself. So to kind of make a long story short, I was introduced to, a wellness doctor, and I actually started going to her about a year ago. And so she knew about the condition with the sarcoidosis. So the doctors had put me on steroids, and they said this is the only thing that you can take. And I took steroids, prednisone, basically what it was, for like a year. I blew up. I had a lot of bad side effects, and it just wasn't good for me. So then I was put on another medication, which is called methotrexate. And that is kind of like a drug that they give cancer patients, but it's an immune modulating drug.
Wow.
So when I went to the wellness doctor, I started taking the natural products and so forth. Well, here lately, I was introduced to the stem cell therapy, and she went on to say how stem cells can cure a lot of autoimmune conditions. And because I was determined, I was like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I don't claim sarcoidosis. I believe in natural healing. And so when she started explaining to me about the stem cell therapy, I said, oh, yes, I have to do this. So I did it on April 27th, about 2 weeks ago. And it's a very easy process. I feel great. I feel better because it can do a lot of things to the body. Since I did the stem cell therapy, I also do meditation. Every night when I go to bed, I listen to a meditation about renewing your cells. It's a meditation on your cells. And basically, I tell my cells to recreate, to renew, to regrow, to regenerate. And I basically tell them what I need them to do in my body, to go to the areas that could be damaged from the inflammation. So I'm trying to, get in that habit of talking to them. And I've started keeping a journal on everything, just to see how, everything goes. So basically that's my story. I just want to feel better. I want to be better. I want new cells, and I want, just better health overall. So I'm excited about it.
That's awesome.
So,
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. So how much did that type of procedure cost? If you mind, if we ask them.
Say that again.
The cost of that type of procedure.
Okay, I'm gonna give you my number, and anyone that wants to know the cost of it, because I don't,
I got you.
Can you give us a range, though?
Okay, I mean, anywhere $10,000 is a good range. But if you call in, if there's people that are listening to this show that want to get serious about getting well, call me and we will have a special 411 discount.
Awesome.
Okay,
What's
so
your number?
Yeah, what is the number?
Okay, call me at area code 832-552-8464.
Okay, we'll make sure we put it in.
Again, area code 832-552-8464. See, this is the problem that you run into when you begin to quote price. See, people don't love themselves enough. People don't value themselves enough. They don't think they're worth that. They won't even invest in, just in $200 to $300 a month. They'll pay a car note or something they can trade in, and want insurance to pay for their health. When it should be the other way around.
That is true.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Right about that.
Car, how do you get rid of it? You can trade it in. Here you are. You're in all kind of pain. You can't even enjoy the car you paying all this money for because of the pain you're in.
But does insurance cover some of this cost? Now, stem cell being so new.
We're in America, we're in America where there's a sick care society. If it was something that's going to make you sicker, yeah, insurance covers it. Something that's going to make you well.
Insurance don't cover it. Okay, I got that.
Do you have information about the stem cell therapy on your website? Do you have a website?
No, but what I do when you call me, I will send you a video.
Okay.
I'll send you a PowerPoint. So you can have all the facts. So you can make a decision for you.
Okay. And is there an email that we can contact you at?
You need my email address?
Yes.
Yeah, our listeners,
Yes.
if they want to email you, do you have an email?
They can email me. Check this out. And this is kind of like what Miss T was talking about when she was talking about what she does when she gets started. My email address is MARE Wellness. And that acronym is Meditation and Relaxation Experience.
Okay.
At?
So, at gmail.com.
All right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're going to give this information to our listeners. We'll have something on the website that talks about stem cells, and it talks about the other things that you do, because you're not only that, but you're a foot doctor.
What I'll do, I'll send you a video that talks about it.
Okay. And we'll definitely put it up on the website.
You let the people see it, but what we do, I'm telling you, stop playing with yourself. Love yourself enough to do what's best for yourself.
FD, you cannot say that. You can't say stuff like that around the Benchwarmer. He takes it a whole nother place. Remember when you came to us and you told us, I want to do your wife, and he took it to a whole nother place? You got to be careful with your words around the Benchwarmer.
Stop playing with yourself.
Yeah, his whole face. I didn't even look over, and I knew that he was buckling over with laughter when you said that.
Can we tell people stop playing with themselves?
If you watch this, I knew it. I was like, oh Lord, he done said the wrong thing. But I know what you're saying. Just you gotta,
take care of
remember
yourself.
who you're talking to.
Take care of yourself.
Stop playing with yourself.
The bottom line is, you don't have to fantasize about this. This is real.
That could be real too.
Wait,
All right. So that's been
Thank you, FD. That was great.
We appreciate you having on. I'm choked up now. We appreciate you stepping in.
You just gotta start singing some Johnny Taylor.
Oh my goodness! Don't get him started, please. Please.
All right, FD. We appreciate you having
James
you on.
Brown.
Appreciate you coming in and subbing in for the doctor. Good information, stem cells. Again, if you want to reach him, you can call him at 832-552-8464, or you can email him at marwellness@gmail.com.
No, MARE Wellness. You gotta have that experience.
Yeah, MARE. I got it down here. MARE Wellness@gmail.com.
And mention 411 if you need to get the stem therapy, and you'll get a discount.
Yeah, you'll get.
Thank you.
Let me say this real quick.
$2
Let me
discount.
say this real quick. And you can testify that you know the history behind it. Peyton Manning was out, period, was supposed to not even come back. And he went and did stem cells. He came back and broke all of his own records.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right about that.
I was going to ask you that if you knew any famous
Peyton
people that
Manning.
have had that surgery or had that therapy.
Peyton Manning was one. Okay, so we got
Talking us.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And he's making
So
a comeback.
celebrities and
Put that green jacket back on.
He's making a comeback. Yeah.
So celebrities and professionals have known about it for a while.
And for you people that love your pets so much that you don't want to see them go in, you can put stem cells for your pet.
What?
Yeah, and have them duplicated.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that cloning. Can they be cloned?
We're not
talking about cloning.
Cloning diamond.
We're talking
No.
about the real deal. We're not trying to create food that doesn't exist.
Right.
Right.
All right, so this has been
Thank you, FD.
We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into we're going to get into Whitten in 4 quarters.
We're doing
Okay, and guys, I enjoyed being on the broadcast.
Thank you, FD.
Thank you, FD.
We enjoyed having you. Appreciate you sitting in for the doctor. It went real well. Very well.
Very well. That was wonderful. She'll
Yes.
be proud. She'll be very proud.
All righty, listen, all we want to do is let some people know that we can help.
All right, we got you covered.
Thank you, Miss T, for your testimony.
All right.
Awesome.
All right, this has been 41 Sports Talk Radio on 41radionetwork.com. We're gonna go take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna deal with this some tight end from some team from some city decided he didn't want to play no more. So we got to figure that one out. This has been 41 Sports Talk Radio on 41radionetwork.com. We'll be right back.
Let's go.
Make sure you mention the May 20th event.
Oh, yeah.
And congrats to all the graduates that are graduating.
Okay.
Because there's a lot graduating this week.
Okay.
DVU's graduation is Friday. Somebody else is graduating this. Oh, Cedar Valley. A lot of graduations this week. You ready? You ready for Whitten?
Yeah.
All right. Hey. Uh-oh, the video's been interrupted. What happened?
Connection closed by the servers.
Oh my God, I'm so sick of this.
I'm good right here. Mine's good. Yours probably bad, but mine's good.
No,
But he's showing it up there.
So what do you do? What do you have to do?
Well, it's still recording on Switcher. So I can
yeah,
always,
it's recording, it's just not live.
yeah, it's not live. The stream is not live.
Did you do the did you have to put in the other?
I did, honey. I did. It's the internet. You don't have to contact what you call it about that. It's them. It don't matter which one it is. It's them. The internet is intermittent. It's ridiculous.
You back up again now.
I hope so.
There you are. All right, you ready to go?
Whenever you are.
All right.
So, do I hit continue recording?
Is it going?
Do I hit continue recording?
Yes. Continue recording. If it gives you that option.
Ready?
Yeah. So it actually stopped recording completely?
All right. This is that's Lemon Pepper right there. It's a 41 Sports Talk Radio on ForumRadioNetwork.com. Lemon Pepper jamming, ain't it?
We got
Always.
an alert that our mics were on the whole time we was on commercial break.
That's fine.
That is this
No,
dude.
it wasn't
over
on
here.
mics. It was there.
Oh, the Facebook Live.
Facebook
Facebook
can always
Live.
hear us. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's always hear us. But I
It
can't
came
cut that off.
from the one Phyllis Vaughn.
I can't cut that off. It's gonna always hear us. That's gonna always hear
Whatever.
us. But on the
We're not
on
talking
the
about
app,
no
it was
secrets.
not. It was not.
So that mic will always be on up
Yeah,
there.
that one
Yeah.
never shut up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So y'all need to stop talking about me on commercial breaks.
It'll be all right. It's
All right.
not gonna
You
kill us.
see, you hear I got the music back. You just keep the music going, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want me to keep doing that music?
Yeah.
You like that
Yeah.
in the background?
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it
You know,
going.
lemon pepper tight.
There you go, right there. This has been 41 Sports Talk Radio, and then I gotta give. There we go. The crowd, You see our in-studio audience. So we got so Jason Whitten retires after 15 years.
Let's hold off on that real quick. Update on the NBA Finals, the semifinals. I'm already getting ahead of myself. The Rockets have eliminated the Jazz in 5 games.
Yeah, we figured that would happen.
CP3 drops 41 points
Dang. See,
in this game
and
to
this
clinch his first career conference finals. Can you believe that?
and this is why I say he is going to be another factor of why the Houston Rockets will beat the Golden State Warriors.
They beat the Jazz 112-102. The Jazz did come back in the third quarter. Donovan Mitchell outscored the Rockets in the third quarter 22-21 by himself to bring the Jazz back within striking distance before he hurt his leg.
He had to do it.
So Houston does advance to the West Finals, and they will await the winner of tonight's game, which will start in 15 minutes.
The Pelicans versus the Golden State
Warriors.
And can I, if I put the game on, are we going to concentrate on the show or on the game?
That's fine. That won't bother
We'll be
me.
good. Yeah, I think we'll be fine if you put the game on and Just keep it on mute.
It's on mute.
Phyllis says she's on the app and she could still listen to it through the app of our mics.
I just posted that on the Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, well, we get it. So as long as she still listen to it.
Yeah, I just let
So
everybody
back to
know if
Jason
they can't
Whitten.
see us on Facebook Live, they can listen on the show, on the app, or on the website.
All right, so back to Jason Whitten. 15 years. He actually came in with Tony Romo. They were actually roommates.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he came in with Tony Romo, and they've been buddies and friends ever since then. The team wrote a note to Jason Whitten, and then Tony Romo wrote another note to Jason Whitten. You know, Hall of Famer or not?
He is a surefire Hall of Famer. We all want him to go in as a first ballot. From what I'm hearing, that's not going to happen.
Not as a
Because
tight
even
end.
Ozzie Newsome wasn't even a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, not as a tight end. It's hard for tight ends to get into the Hall of Fame as a first ballot.
But yes, he's a surefire Hall of Famer. I mean, the dude leads the Cowboys in franchise history in receiving yards, receptions, third in team history in touchdowns with 65, only behind, I think, Bob Hayes and Des Bryant.
Yeah.
So he will be a shoe-in Hall of Famer and a shoe-in Ring of Honor, no question.
What does he take away from the Cowboys once he's gone?
It's definitely leadership to the team.
That
Mhm.
fire.
There's
That
no question
mentorship.
about that.
That fire. Yeah.
He was the statesman for that team.
Yeah.
He was
In terms
old
of-
faithful. Who you gonna call old faithful?
Dan Bailey.
And,
Well, yeah, but not as faithful as Whitten.
But
I mean, he always finds a way to get open. So
Okay.
if he couldn't find a wide receiver or whoever, Whitten was there.
They talk about the tight ends that the Cowboys have now, and wonder if any of those can take his place. And they talk about that the tight ends that they have on board right now only have 9 receptions amongst all.
well, there's a reason for that.
Because Whitten would never. Whitten always played.
Yeah.
You know,
Remember, he didn't miss any
he
games.
only missed 1 game in his career.
His whole career.
Yeah, he always played.
And
so
his
yeah.
integrity,
Mhm.
you know?
He's the longest tenured Dallas Cowboys player, 15 years straight. Can you believe that? This is not Roger Staubach. This is not Drew Pearson. This is not Tony Romo. This is not. He's the longest tenured Cowboy in franchise history, 15 years.
That's
I think
He's the longest tenured.
I think Bob Lilly.
Professor has spoken. He is the longest
No,
tenured.
I got to figure. I think Bob Lilly may have had.
He's second,
He's second with 12 years, right?
13.
13 years, okay.
But Whitten,
Whitten
He's
has
the
15. No
longest
one
tenured.
ever in team
And-
history has 15 or more.
And I know games played. He's got the most games played. Now the longest.
Played the most games, 239, has the most receptions,
Yeah.
1,152 catches.
Now the longest player to ever play for the Cowboys was Tutal Jones. Because Tutal Jones came in 1973.
Yeah.
He took 1 year off and he came back and he left in 89.
okay.
Check
But
this out.
Whitten is the longest
I got 10
tenured.
straight. Yeah.
Yes.
Tutal
Give
Jones
him
got
his
17
props.
years.
Old faithful was
Who?
faithful.
Tutal Jones got 17 years.
Okay.
But he's not the longest tenured
Tenured.
Cowboy.
Straight. I got
Straight
you.
through,
Whitten.
consecutive.
I got you.
Give him his props.
He got his props. Yeah.
Don't
yeah.
mess with
Oh,
him.
I'm a Whitten fan.
Thank you. I like
And
Whitten.
remember, let's go back in time when we was trying to get someone to replace Jay Novacek.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Eric Bjornsson?
Number 86.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Remember we was
Scott Galbraith.
Scott Garbers, yeah. We was trying to draft players to
David
replace-
LaFleur.
Oh, David LaFleur.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Wasn't he a first round draft choice too? Wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
He sure was. David LaFleur was first round. Whitten was a third round.
Yes.
Yeah, we were trying to get players to draft, and something that I thought was pretty good was Bill Parcells commented and said that this guy can play. You know, you don't get many coaches that will come back and say this guy can play, but he actually said this guy can play. You still have technical difficulties?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's still recording.
Okay,
We'll
so
put it up on YouTube later.
good. I can do what I want to now until it comes up.
No, you're still gonna be on the video. Don't do nothing crazy.
Don't act out. Okay.
I think what I like about this, it's always sad to see someone that's a fan favorite. They always came to work hard. First one in, last one to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Never, always came to work. Never had a reason to be absent. Had a rope. He missed one game
But he had,
in his career due to a broken jaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening to Sean Lee,
Mm-hmm.
and Sean Lee would say, "Oh, he's had injuries. There are times when he would come to the
played
locker
through.
room with his leg bandaged up or something like that, or wrapped up, or hopping. But on Wednesday or Thursday, he was always there. You know, so it's not like he didn't have injuries. He played through injuries. That's old school. He played through injuries, and you know,
When you play through a lacerated spleen,
you playing through injuries.
you playing through injuries.
What
That's
is
faithfulness.
what is the biggest thing you remember about his play on the field? What's the biggest play you remember?
His play on the field really was, and it goes back to his leadership. And of course, the play I remember the most is when he got the noggin knocked off him against the Eagles after
Against
he caught the
Philadelphia.
ball.
Yeah, and
And
kept
the
on
helmet
going.
came flying off his head, and
Yeah.
he went another 20 yards
And he kept on going.
without a helmet.
And he wound up when he hit the ground, he wound up hitting his head.
No, he did.
Yeah,
I saw that.
He rolled on. I think he rolled on the back
rolled
of
on,
his head.
he made sure of that.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it close, his head never touched the ground, but
Oh,
he
with his back,
rolled
yeah, his
down.
back,
the
okay,
he
yeah,
kind of flipped up to
Yeah,
make sure.
flipped
I
up,
was
yeah,
scared
yeah.
of that.
And like he like got up. He
And
kind
first
of
person run right to was Terrell Owens.
Yeah,
he kind of got him
woozy
like,
a
you
little
all
bit.
right?
Yeah. He said, "Okay, I'm good. Let's go back to the huddle."
He's tough.
Yeah. So now, if you watch, and I have an assignment for you, Lewis. You got to pay attention now.
Yes.
We-
I'm listening.
We,
Go ahead.
we here.
This
like,
is
come on back.
this is just replay.
Yeah, we here though.
Mhm.
But I give you an assignment. You got to watch All or Nothing.
Yeah.
Your assignment for this week is to watch All or Nothing, because you'll see his leadership ability in All or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But he.
I thought we were gonna wait and have a meeting and everybody can watch it together.
Oh, we are, but I'm giving him the assignment now.
Okay.
So you gotta watch All or Nothing. All or Nothing, if you guys are listening, it's an Amazon special that they did with the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
But they did with the Cowboys of their season last year. So they talk about the game. They talk about the Denver game. They talk about the Ezekiel Elliott suspension. They talk about the 3-game losing streak that he went through.
The Denver game, well, they just got shellacked in that game. Boy,
I did say Denver game, didn't
Mm-hmm.
I? He got to listen to the show, don't
I'm listening. I'm just saying
he?
what was said in All or Nothing and how Jason Garrett just flat out went off on that team.
He did.
I mean, he just went off on
So
that
the
team.
little that you've seen, does that change your opinion about Jason Garrett?
As an overall coach, yes.
It changed big time, didn't it?
Yes.
It's like,
Like you said off there, he's a robotic person. When you ask him questions,
in the media, he's robotic.
Yes.
When
But-
you get into behind closed doors,
It's a different story. It ain't nowhere close to being a robot.
no. It's like, okay. Because remember, we used to ask the question, well, how come he can't get in somebody's, he gets in your face.
Mm-hmm.
He gets in your face and he talks to all the players.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and just to watch Jason Whitten and some of the speeches he has in All or Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It shows the testament. I think they're going to lose a lot. But my question to
The
you
value is there,
is,
definitely.
my question to you is, can this group that we have now, because it's now a Dak friendly, this is Dak's team.
Mm-hmm.
Your old guard is pretty much gone. I mean, who was your old guard? You had Jason Whitten, you had Dez Bryant, you had Tony Romo. I mean, your old
Changing
guard,
of the guards.
your old guard is pretty much gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So can this new guard, which is a Dak Prescott, Ezekiel
And
Elliott,
very young.
you know, I don't know who would be the third or the fourth. I mean, Sean Elliott is probably still there, but Sean Lee is probably still there.
Sean Elliott.
No,
That's a basketball retired
Boy,
basketball player.
I'm thinking about the kicker, Sean Elliott, too.
Oh, no, it's Lynn Elliott.
Lynn Elliott, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm mixing Sean Lee.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
pushing this thing right. Well,
We're used to it.
I'm gonna start pulling out some of these outtakes and have them on.
You gonna have some bloopers?
Yeah. So, but
They're
Sean
gonna
Lee.
all be of you.
Now, y'all had some bloopers too.
Who has some bloopers?
Yeah, oh, trust me, I'll pull them out.
Who has some bloopers?
Cedric.
Exactly.
You got 'em all.
You got them all.
So
You are the king of bloopers.
Anyway, Sean Lee. Who else we got as a leader of the scene? Who are your leaders right now?
I believe your elder statesman now is LP Lattiser.
Yeah, but he's a hiker. I mean, he only comes on the field maybe when they score. That's the only time he comes on the field when they score. But he's not. He wouldn't be considered a captain though. I mean, you got Sean Lee.
Your captains are Dak Prescott, Sean Lee,
Would you name DeMarcus Lawrence?
Dan Bailey,
Bailey.
Tyrone Crawford, and the other two are gone, Scandrick and Whitten.
Right. So
So
you
you
only have
need
three
two
captains. But okay, so can you say would you put Ezekiel Elliott as a captain in there?
No,
Why not?
not yet. He hasn't been there long enough.
Dak Prescott is a captain.
That's different.
They came
He's
the
a
same year.
quarterback. He's
That
gonna have
Prescott
to
was
be the
named captain
captain.
his second year in the
Right.
NFL.
Yeah, they came the same year.
It says a lot about his character.
Quarterbacks are different than.
What about DeMarcus? Well, DeMarcus Lawrence gets suspended every other year. It's PD. Randy Gregory.
You have to hold quarterbacks at a different level than you do every other position.
So we have no Terrence Williams.
No.
Boy, please. What you?
So we have no other captains.
Oh, they're gonna have to find two.
Byron Jones.
He could be a good captain. He could be a good captain. I could vouch. Yeah, that's captain. He's captain like.
What about Tyron Smith or Travis Frederick or Zach Martin?
Frederick Martin. Yeah, I could see that. Tyrus. I don't know.
Hurt too much.
Yeah. I don't know. We have to see how this pans out.
But it'll work itself out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it happens. Players retire. Players get hurt. I mean, you have to change the guard sometime. You can't play forever.
And they changed it all the way around.
Yeah.
So, the trivia.
Okay.
Jason Whitten.
Jason Whitten trivia. Let's go.
Can you name the 11 players
Oh dang.
that threw touchdown passes to him throughout his 15-year career?
Oh.
The catch, you cannot miss one time. You miss one, you eliminate it.
11 different players who
11 different players have thrown touchdown passes to.
Des Bryant was one.
That's one.
Tony Romo, that's easy.
2.
Mhm. Dak is easy.
Yeah,
3.
Dak Prescott, yeah, that's easy.
Keep going. Get one wrong is over.
I know.
You got 8 more. He played from 2003 to 2017. 15 years straight.
Drew Bledsoe.
That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon Wheaton.
That's 5. 6 more. Can't miss.
Heck, all the other quarterbacks that they had when Romo was out, which was like who they have?
Man.
The boy from New England who from Kansas City and he came here.
I'm gonna let Cedric have it.
Golly, what is his name? Wow. How many I got so far?
You got 5 with 6 to go.
Man. I just got to think of all them quarterbacks then, because we had a lot of quarterbacks in here.
Mm-hmm.
Doing good so far. You halfway through the battle.
Oh, wait. Quincy Carter?
6. He's the first quarterback to ever throw a touchdown pass
Quincy Carter.
to Jason Whitten his rookie year.
And
That's 6.
and
5 more.
If we're in that little area, I want to say, was Tony Banks one of them?
You gone.
Okay.
Oh
You
man.
gone.
Okay,
You
who's
stopped
the
at
rest?
6.
Okay. That was hard there.
That was hard.
This quarterback played for New England formerly.
That's what I remember him. I forget his name though. Mitch, was it Mitchell? Somebody Mitchell.
This is Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah, Drew Bledsoe. I always said that.
Okay.
I said Drew Bledsoe.
It's not Matt Castle. That's who you thinking.
Yeah, I was thinking Matt Castle. Yeah.
No. This quarterback was a journeyman all over the place, a Bill Parcells type of dude.
Vinny Testaverde.
There you go.
Yeah.
This quarterback here was also a journeyman who tends to come in when quarterbacks were injured when called upon. Former Seattle Seahawks quarterback.
I was gonna say him.
Who?
No, you gotta guess. I can look. You gotta guess.
I was gonna say Kellen Moore was one of them, right?
You saw my
He is
thing.
one
No,
of them.
Kellen Moore is one of them.
Kellen Moore
I
is
was
one
gonna
of
say
them.
him.
Yeah, but he didn't play for Seattle. Who?
John Kitna.
John Kidner. Yeah, I forgot about Kidner.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I got Kellen Moore and John Kidner. Okay.
This is a former quarterback from Texas A&M. A career backup.
Who came from Texas A&M?
I gotta see if he gets this.
It's one of the hardest ones. He came in an NFL game, a live regular NFL game, threw a touchdown pass.
Applewhite?
Stephen McGee.
Steve McGee. Oh my God. Ooh, dang, he's in Miami now, ain't he?
I don't know if he's even in
He's probably
the
not. Yeah,
NFL.
golly, I remember Steve McGee. Okay.
And this last one, he's just a flat sellout. He retired on the Cowboys when the Cowboys needed him the most. He played for the Broncos before.
Ooh.
He retired on the Cowboys unexpectedly.
It's almost like a John Kidner, but it wasn't John.
He
Kidner.
almost.
He's
He
like
played
a John Kidner.
Yes.
Golly.
Kyle Orton.
Cal Orton.
Yes.
Yeah. Cal Orton.
That's it.
God, no.
That's
Them
it.
your 11 players.
All right.
Wow.
All right. I got 6 out of 11. So
Yeah, you did good. You did great.
You did
I
good.
did help you with a couple though.
yeah, okay. All right. What else? No more trivia.
That's it. We're going to 4 quarters.
All right. 4
All
quarters.
right, straight on in.
First quarter, the NFL may take standing for a national anthem a team-by-team choice this upcoming season. Other options include allowing players to remain in the locker room or keeping all players in the locker room until after the national anthem. The question is, do you think this is fair?
Okay, my thought is don't, and I hate to say it like this, but I want to say if it's not broke, don't fix it. So having said that, why are we letting the prisoners run the asylum, so to speak?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we letting, we're talking about a tradition that's been around for 800 years.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we trying to change that tradition? So I would say no. Keep the national anthem the way it is. You come out, you stand for the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you make them stand? Let's go back to employer versus employee. Right? As an employee, your employer requires you to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're required to do certain things, then that's what you got to do as an employee.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And these are employees of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
So you are required. Now, what they're saying is make a team by team thing. So if an owner said, but I wouldn't make a team by team. I would make it an NFL thing and let the NFL take the hit. Hey, the NFL says you're required. Like they actually changed the dress code of the players.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be players can come to a stadium dressed however you want to be dressed. They changed the dress code and say you have to come to a stadium or come to the game in a suit and tie.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, they talk to you about your dress code on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to talk about that, then yes, you make that a standard. Make it an NFL standard. No, you must stand for the national anthem.
Okay.
If I'm going to deal with your dress code, you must stand for the national anthem.
All right, second quarter. Which NFL team with a $100 million quarterback are you rolling with this season?
Let's see. Do we go with Manny Ice?
$100 million. What?
Yeah. Matt Ryan just got $100 million.
Shut your mouth.
Your quarterbacks are Matt Ryan, who just got paid $150 million
You got to be kidding me.
with a guarantee of $100 million.
You
Guaranteed.
have to be kidding me.
Yep.
Are you serious? Matt who?
And Manny
Matt
Ice.
Ryan.
They call him Manny Ice.
This is not Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
Shut the who? What?
For your $100 million quarterbacks are Matt Ryan, Jimmy Garoppolo at 137.5,
What in the world?
That's too much.
Matthew Stafford at 135
Oh
million,
no.
Derek Carr at 125 million,
Heck to no.
and Andrew Luck with 123 million.
Who are the stupid people giving it? I need to go put my hand down for some of this money.
And what's so crazy about it?
And Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Okay.
Cam. Oh,
Cam
Cam.
still got some juice.
What's
but
so
them
crazy
other ones,
about it?
Oh no.
What's so crazy about it is all five, what did you name? Six? You mentioned six,
Six.
right? All six of them might not, I was like, okay, give me the teams. So you got Manny Ice with the Falcons. You got
Garoppolo with
Garoppolo with 49ers who won't make the playoffs. You got
Stafford with the Lions.
Stafford with the Lions who won't make the playoffs.
Cam Newton with
Newton with the Carolina, he can make the playoffs. So you got two that's gonna make the playoffs. And who else you got?
You got Derek Carr.
Derek Carr
With the Raiders.
Won't make the playoffs.
And John Gruden is his coach now.
He still won't make the
And
playoffs.
Andrew Luck with the Colts.
Won't make the playoffs. It's only two quarterbacks.
And, I gotta check Kirk Cousins' contract.
Now Kirk Cousins
I think he fell short.
He fell short. He's,
Playing about a few
85 million or something
Okay.
like that. What's so crazy about it is you got only two quarterbacks in that whole group that could make the playoffs. Cam Newton and Matt Ryan. Only two. And these are $1 million quarterbacks.
That's some craziness.
So you're asking
Who you rolling with?
Wow.
We're gonna come out on top out of this group.
I'm
Between
going with Cam.
it's gonna be between Cam Newton and Matt Ryan. I gotta go Matt Ryan because he's got more weapons around him.
Wow.
He's got and he just got who was that?
Calvin Ridley.
Calvin Ridley.
Okay, so how much is Cam getting and how much is Matt getting?
Cam is 111.
111. Matt's getting 150. But Matt Ryan's got more weapons around him. So I gotta go with Matt Ryan.
Okay. All right, quarter number 3. Which rookie quarterback from this year's draft has the most pressure on him?
Ooh. Baker Mayfield.
Why?
You pick number 1, but you're going to Cleveland.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pick number 1, but you're going to Cleveland.
Yeah, and they didn't pick anybody to go around him really. They didn't pick any really
they-
good players to
Except
work around.
they picked up a running back in the second round.
He needs more than that. He needs more weapons, and they didn't give him any.
Well, they got
They don't
Jarvis
even have
Landry.
any.
They got Jarvis Landry. They brought over there. Who else did they bring over there? And free agency. I know they got Jarvis Landry.
They got Jarvis Landry, Carlos Hyde.
Carlos Hyde, yeah, but they also got a running back in the draft.
I think his name Chubb.
Yeah, Chubb, Nick Chubb.
Oh,
Nick Chubb.
yeah.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, and then Josh Gordon is back in the saddle as long as he don't get in trouble.
Right. Well, he might how to get them.
Then they got Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor, yeah, but Tyrod Taylor faded out in this season. He's got the most pressure because I think Shelly, you're right. The people they have around them, they didn't do anything with the front line. You know, they didn't do anything with that offensive line.
Okay.
So the offensive line is still what it is. You know, you added 2 receivers, okay, and you added a running back. But if your offensive line is not performing, then what do you have?
Right.
You know, so and if I'm them, you go out and get a cornerback with the 4th pick of the draft, and you had a chance to get your boy from, I think from Auburn, from Alabama. Who was that?
Calvin Ridley.
No. The defensive lineman. And he had a chance to get the fourth.
Oh
pick.
yeah.
Chubby from Alabama. You had a chance to get him.
You said Chippy.
Whatever his name is, I'm gonna butcher that too. So you talking about a player who could have played alongside Myles Garrett.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you had a chance to do that and you didn't do it. So I mean, I think he's gonna have the most pressure on him to perform because the other quarterbacks, you know, don't necessarily have to. I mean, who you got? Josh Rosen and Josh Allen, and then you got Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson gonna have the easiest time.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, he's gonna have, but he'll probably be the most successful.
So Baker Mayfield is.
I think Baker Mayfield is going to have a time. Really, I mean, he's gonna have the most pressure. Now, don't have him do a Johnny Manziel either.
All right, last quarter. Staying in the draft.
All right.
Which NFL team improved their offense the most in the draft? Which team improved their offense the most in the NFL draft?
I gotta say the Giants.
Okay.
Yeah, because they got
Saquon Barkley.
yeah.
That's
And we was dreading that pick.
I gotta say the Giants.
Dreading that.
With that second pick, and I was hoping that what would have made Cleveland's draft an A+ draft is had they gotten Saquon Barkley in the first round, at the first pick of the draft. They still probably could have gotten Baker
It's around
Mayfield.
and probably got a Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
Or Josh Allen. Or Josh
Rosen.
Rosen.
Still could have done that. And they've been on top of it. Had they done that, then the Giants, we wouldn't have to worry about the Giants getting Saquon Barkley. But then when the Giants dropped down and got when Saquon Barkley dropped right there.
Barkley.
Are you hungry, baby? You hungry?
My stomach.
Oh, my honey bun.
When they got Saquon Barkley,
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, you know what? They've improved their offense because they got receivers. You know, the Giants have receivers. You know, Eli Manning,
Mm-hmm.
he's sometimey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then I think they went out and got an offensive guard too in the same draft. You know, so I think they've improved their offense more than you think. I think they. I mean,
How about Atlanta? Adding Calvin Ridley to already a cast receivers with Julio Jones.
Yeah, but the problem with receivers is this right here.
Mm-hmm.
First round receivers, and they've stated on this. When you draft receivers in the first round for the past 10, 12 years, those receivers take time to improve.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take some time to get improved from this offense. I mean, from this NFL setup.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if Calvin Ridley is going to be a day one, right there starter, and you already got. I mean, shoot, you got Julio Jones, or yeah, you already got Julio Jones, and who's the other receiver they got? That boy Samara.
Sanu.
Yeah. So you got
Sanu.
So you got some receivers.
Thank you, Professor.
Muhammad Sanu. You got some receivers. Atlanta's got receivers.
Yes.
I don't think Calvin Ridley is going to come in.
Along with Freeman.
And
Tevin Coleman. And Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, but I don't think Ridley is going to come in and just start taking over somebody's job.
But my thing
We're talking about day one starters.
because of the presence of Julio Jones, Ridley may get a lot of looks
He
early
could,
on.
but are we talking about we're talking about, I'm looking at this right here. When you ask the question, I'm looking at day one starters.
Mm-hmm.
Saquon Barkley is going to be a day one starter. I don't know if Calvin Ridley is going to be a day one starter.
Mm-hmm.
With the receivers that Atlanta have on their roster, I don't think Calvin Ridley is going to be a day one starter. Now he might wind up being a starter. You know,
I think they're gonna work him in.
Yeah, they'll work him in later on in the year, but I don't think he's going to be that much of an impact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, to say, okay, boom, this is it. You know, and I'm not looking at these other the other quarterbacks that who has drafted. Jets drafted a quarterback.
Buffalo drafted a quarterback. Baltimore drafted a quarterback. I mean, they had 5 quarterbacks, which is this is the most drafted quarterback since 1983.
Mm-hmm.
No. I'm sorry, Achilles Smith. Who was that? 95, 96. When Achilles Smith was drafted.
Right.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
That's. Oh, you're sorry.
Yeah, I'm like, I ain't seen him nowhere.
Yeah, but
That was
I guess
horrible pick.
yeah, it was. So my thing is, I think the Giants improved their offense a whole hell of a lot with this draft.
What about Baltimore?
Who did Baltimore pick up? They picked. I know they got Lamar Jackson. Who did pick up early before Lamar Jackson?
They I'm gonna have to look that up real quick. Ravens picks in the 2018 draft include jeez, you want your
To work it don't work good.
gee whiz, really? Anyway,
Let's see if I can get it from here.
man, really? I gotta look up. I
got it right here.
Okay.
I got it right here. I've got it. Oh, that's mock. I'll let you complete this. You need to do mocks and stuff like that. Forget the mocks. Okay, so they picked up a tight end, Hayden Hurst,
Lamar Jackson, Orlando Brown, tight end Mark Andrews,
Anthony Albert,
defense, receiver Jaleel
Scott,
and
Jordan.
Boy,
Boy, they went straight. They
had
went
a lot
straight
of offensive.
Yeah,
Well, they kind of mixed it up a little bit.
yeah, but them first couple picks there with
Hayden Hurst and Lamar Jackson.
Hayden Hurst, I think the tight end was picked too early.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could have waited to pick him because then they came back and they jumped right back into the first round and got Lamar Jackson. I think their best pick was Lamar Jackson because Flacco was, kind of getting old in the shorts.
Mm-hmm.
But then you come back and pick the offensive tackle Orlando Brown. I mean, the Ravens had a pretty good offensive setup. And I always say in the draft, the first 4 should be some your key players.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4 should be your key players. And their first 4 was the tight end Hayden Hurst, the quarterback Lamar Jackson, offensive tackle Orlando Brown, and then another tight end Mark Andrews, which confused the heck out of me. Why do you pick 2 tight ends in the same draft?
I don't get that.
Yeah, unless you're planning on running a 2 tight end set and you have no tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
None whatsoever. So that pick kind of confused me. And then they went defense after that.
Yes.
They went defense and they picked up Jaleel Scott, which is the receiver. So the 2 tight end pick I didn't understand that. I can get with the first the first 3 picks that they have. But that 4th pick, the tight end, I can't get with that. I don't understand that pick. You have other needs out there besides, and if you're planning on running a 2 tight end set and you have no tight ends, you should have went to free agency and got one. So I like the first 3. And that's why I don't think that Baltimore really knows. And now the consensus is that Ozzie Newsome, this is his last draft.
It is.
Yeah. And the consensus is he had a great last draft.
Mm-hmm.
How can you call a great last draft when you drafted 2 tight ends?
Right.
In the same draft. And not only do you draft them in the same draft, you draft them so far up, so high up.
Mm-hmm.
You pick a tight end, number 1, then come down on number 4, you pick another tight end. Those are your star players. 5, 6, and 7 are just, practice squad people. But your 1 through 4, your top players. So, I'm still gonna go with Giants.
Okay.
That's the end of 4 quarters.
That was good, Professor.
I'm up looking at the 99 NFL draft with Keely Smith. I still can't believe he's the third overall pick in the draft.
Exactly.
And the dudes that was
From
ahead of
Cincinnati.
him, Tim Couch.
Tim Couch. Yeah,
Was
he was the
number
first.
one.
Yep. Browns
And then Donovan McNabb after
was number 2.
Couch, and then
So you
Keith
picked,
Smith.
you
It
picked
was
3 quarterbacks
So terrible.
in the first 3, and the first 3 picks were quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm. The fourth was the fourth pick was
Edwin James.
I'm butchering. Edgerrin James.
Edwin James, who went to Indianapolis.
And then Ricky Williams was number 5, Torrey
Who
Holt
went-
number 6.
And Ricky Williams was drafted because to New Orleans because Mike Ditka decided to get rid of every draft pick he had to move up to get Ricky Williams.
Mm-hmm.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen in draft history.
Dum.
And all 5 of those players would not make the Hall of Fame.
The third overall pick, and now he's now a high school football coach.
I thought
And
he
went
was watching
back to
Cars.
his college of University of Oregon to try to get his degree.
I thought he was watching Cars.
You
And he's
stop
42 years old. Now he's a high school football coach. now.
Keely Smith, yeah, I remember. And we thought he was going to be the next thing to sliced bread.
Well,
Tim
there's
Couch.
importance in being a high school coach.
So it was good. Tim
Mentoring
Couch.
young people.
The,
and
the only quarterback.
he could
and
tell them the
maybe
reality
one
of what happens in the NFL. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
you
can
get
tell
sorry
that.
and you shouldn't have been there.
The third overall pick. It turned out to be a flat bust.
Tim Couch. Well, look at
Tim Couch too. And he was number 1 overall.
Number 1 overall pick turned out to be a flat bust.
Man.
I mean, shoot, your top 5, only one you got is Edwin James.
Donovan McNabb was.
I mean, Donovan McNabb was good. Yeah,
he was number 2 overall.
He was good. So you got McNabb and Edwin James. Now, if you want to talk about drafts, some great top 5 drafts, I would dare to go back to the Troy Aikman draft because you had Troy Aikman first.
Mm-hmm.
The only bust you had, well, you got 2 busts. You got Troy Aikman. Tony Mandrick was the 2nd draft choice. Barry Sanders was the 3rd draft choice. I want to say Deion Sanders was the 4th draft choice. And Derek Thomas was in that same draft. He was number 6.
Troy Aikman number 1, Tony Mandrick. Number 2, Barry Sanders 3, Derek Thomas
Derek Thomas number 4.
and Deion number 5.
That draft right there, you only had 1 bust. Everybody else are Hall of Famers.
Yeah, that's true.
Aaron Metcalf was 13.
Metcalf, yep.
Some notables here. Steve Atwater was 20.
Atwater, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Andre Rison was 22.
Madden Rising, yep.
And Cleveland Gary to the Rams at number 26.
Yeah.
You remember him?
I remember him. Yeah, he used to torch the Cowboys.
Steve Walsh was a supplemental pick.
Yeah,
And Tim Rosenbach.
which Steve Walsh is the only quarterback to win a Cowboy game in that year.
1-11, they beat the Redskins.
They
Who
beat
were
the
unbeaten.
Redskins,
I'll
yeah.
never forget that game.
With Steve Walsh, and we was calling for Troy Aikman's head.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick, scatter shooting.
Scatter shooting?
Scatter shooting.
Scatter.
Poor baby, he's hungry. I was not good
Sound like he
today.
wants to say some scrimps.
We're gonna go get some scrimps after this, okay?
Want to talk about the game I was in this Sunday?
Oh, yes, go ahead.
Yes.
The Texas Elite
Mm-hmm.
Woo! Girl power!
played the Houston somebody or another.
Houston Energy.
Houston Energy.
They were drained
They had
of
no
their
energy at all. None
The
whatsoever.
Spartans came with it.
Man, and I want to see if I can show this play real quick. I want to show this this one play that these girls right here ain't joking. I mean, they are not joking. They're just right here. This girl caught a pass out of the backfield. That's not it. This girl caught a pass out of the backfield and ran somebody's slap over. I mean,
Who was that player?
Slap over. Number 2.
What's her
I'm
name?
gonna get to you. I got a roster here.
We need to know.
Here you go.
We need to be
She
in the
was
know.
no, Singleton. Maybe it wasn't number 2. Free safety. No, it wasn't number 2. And Odessa Jenkins played her butt off.
Oh, Jay in the
Yeah.
house.
Here's the play right here. Check this out right here.
Okay.
Catch it. Number 2. Yep. bam.
Oh.
That's my girl that was here.
Yep, Singleton. Yep, it's similar Singleton.
What's her first name?
I don't know.
Oh Lord.
She just ran slap
over. Yeah.
Ishambi.
Ishambi Singleton
That's not the one that was here.
ran her. No, it wasn't. Not the one who was here was a coach.
No,
Ran-
but we had the team on.
Yeah, ran her slap over. Bam.
Dang!
Boy, that defender hit that
Whoa.
girl hard.
Well, we watched it, we're like, oh my god.
Wow!
Oh my god. So Texas. So they beat them 59-0.
Woo!
That was the ending score was 59?
59-0.
We
They
go,
the
girls.
previous game they won 63-0. This one here to beat them 59-0.
They was not playing.
And Odessa had a great game.
Well, that was a
OJ was using juice
All right, the juice
Without
is
the knife.
loose.
without the knife.
Got a new juice in the house.
Why you gotta go there?
Hey,
man?
But
She
no,
making a better name for OJ than he made back then.
no, I don't know which. Yeah, that was. And
That's
again,
awesome.
Yeah,
I
so-
hate that I missed it.
So
I was
yeah,
watching
Tex-
it from the Facebook Live. though.
Okay, so Texas Elite wins. They got another game this Saturday.
Mhm.
Aw, you're gonna miss it.
We're gonna be out. But they got another game this Saturday.
Mhm.
So I mean, we might have a professional championship coming on right here.
That's
right
what's
now.
up.
They killing these folks,
Man, so we got a professional women's basketball team.
right?
Now we got a professional women's football team.
Which Lewis is gonna talk about the
Yeah. Great segue.
yeah.
Take it
so
away.
You gotta
You
listen
weren't
to the
listening.
show.
You focusing on it.
I'm
I
thinking
said
we're
we
close.
got a great women's
That's
basketball
what I'm
team.
saying.
We got a great women's football team. Take it away, Lewis.
And they lost.
Dallas wins.
Dallas Wings got blown tonight
Yes, they did.
They
by
got
the
blown.
Connecticut Sun.
Yeah.
I believe it was 73-50,
79-58.
79-54. Yeah.
Yeah,
This was a back-to-back. Anyway, they won last night, then
I
they
was gonna
turned
say,
around
tell
and
us
played
about last
tonight.
night's game.
I mean, but it's preseason though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is preseason game number 2. In this game here, the Wings' new center, Liz Cambridge, who I'm pretty excited about. She's a 2-time Olympian. She scored
Right.
11 points and 9 rebounds and 2 blocks in this game in just 18 minutes of play. She did not play in the previous game yesterday. So I think Fred Williams is trying to, of course, fill his team right now to see what the best fits are. But clearly, Liz Cambridge, it will be the starting center over Courtney Paris. That's just set in stone.
Yeah, but you know how he does though. You know, I mean,
We need to get him back on the
his
show.
we got to get back on the show. But his coaching style, even though they may show that they're the best player, he don't actually drop them in as your initiated starter.
Mm-hmm.
He will I almost want to say make you work for your starting position,
Mm-hmm.
even though you have worked for your starting position.
Then last night, Dallas beat the Liberty of New York 76-69. And that is the game where the number 6 overall pick in this year's draft, Azura Stevens, she scored a game high 19 points, leading the Dallas Wings to their first preseason victory yesterday.
Wow.
Azura is off the chain, yeah.
Yeah, so
How's
we
that?
got 2 integral pieces
Right.
added to this offense that we didn't have last year.
Right.
Mm.
They've always had talent though.
And this is
Yeah.
along with what we drafted last year in Kayla Davis and with Rookie of the Year Alicia Gray.
Right.
On top of Skylar Diggins and
Ariel. How's
Ariel
Ariel?
Powell. Ariel has not played in the preseason yet.
She
I think she's
hasn't
still
played.
hurt, though.
Yeah, she's still probably healing.
Yeah, but I mean, she came on late last season. She looked fine,
Mm-hmm.
but we have some talent.
Now we got to put it together.
This is why I keep saying this is a huge year for Coach Williams for me
Is it
because
about
now he's been given the players to succeed.
Yeah.
There's no excuse
for him
why
not to
he
succeed.
should not only make the playoffs but advance in the playoffs.
So it's about coaching this year.
You got the second tallest player in the NBA on your roster right now, Liz Cambridge. The taller one is Brittany Griner. So now you got a big five that could team up against Griner.
And you not mentioned Gloria.
And Gloria Johnson.
Gloria
I
Johnson.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm telling you, this roster's
You got
loaded.
a loaded roster. You should be just
This
tearing
roster's
folks up.
loaded.
Skylar Diggins, you hadn't mentioned her either.
Skylar, I'm
No,
on
he
Chris.
mentioned Skylar.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
He mentioned
He's not
Skylar. He
listening.
missing Ariel.
But no,
Ariel.
And then, of course, you still got Karina Christmas Kelly.
That's my
I
girl
can
right
mention
there.
her. So his starting lineup's gonna be interesting.
You got
opening night.
This is a
There's
stack.
gonna be probably some players that normally start that won't
They won't
start
start.
because you got all this talent.
And you got the cancer off the team.
Stop that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Oh, we ain't gonna say
Stop
no
that.
names.
No, don't do that. That's not nice at all.
We ain't gonna say no names. We're gonna
Really?
leave it at that.
I'm just
Please.
saying.
Okay. So
That's it.
So that's your scatter shooting.
All right, what you got?
My scatter shooting is I want to send out congratulations. We said this on the thing. Is that better?
Yes.
I want to say congratulations to all the graduates who are graduating
Yes.
this week. We have our graduate that's graduating this weekend. I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and also remind you to go on our event page and RSVP for the May 20th meet and greet that
Yes.
we have coming up. And next week's question is, would you feel comfortable with your boyfriend or girlfriend going on a business trip with their ex to watch their kids and they stay in the same hotel room? Yeah. So,
No.
woo, woo. Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
All right, this has been 411 Sports Talk Radio on 411radionetwork.com. Thank you, security. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, FD, for calling in
FD.
and giving us
FD.
the health history.
Safe travels, Tawana.
Safe
Come back to
travels,
us,
doctor.
Doc.
Come on back to us next week because we got to hear the segment next
Hey,
week.
hey, yes.
What is it, standing up position?
I do. I don't know what it was, but
Sex
he's been
position
ready.
or something like that right
He's
there.
ready to try whatever it is that you talking
We
about.
got the music ready to roll. All right, this has been 411 Sports Talk Radio.
I just want to hear how it helps me lose weight.
I can help you with that right there.
I know you can.
All right.
Good night.
We're out and we'll see you guys next week.
Let's roll.
Peace. I just chewed Spectrum out.
Respect.
I'm like, yeah,
Oh.
I'm sick of them with the internet knocking us offline. It's the internet. It's intermittent, and it has these
I
things.
noticed that.
Yeah, it
Very
does it to our TV.